They gonna let me for my ambition.
Woo-wee! Shout out to everybody out there in the world listening. Episode 75, 25 away from episode 100. This is Sound, your weekly host. Welcome to the Club Ambition Podcast, a.k.a. CAP, Rhode Island, and the entire world tapping in every week. We appreciate you guys. Much love to you out there. And we have one half of the Chubb Corner.
What's going on, everybody?
Mindset, engineer.
The better half here
Erlen,
today.
holding it down.
Hope
Marlone's
everybody's doing well, yeah.
on a trip to Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
You know, he had to take some quote-unquote bricks out there. You know what I'm saying?
You know, Bad
The guys
Bunny.
are like, what is he going to say?
Yeah, I was waiting.
Bad Bunny knew he was a big fan, so he flew him out there
Yeah.
like
You know
I
what I'm
thought,
saying?
you know.
And we got our brother, our Club Ambition member, Club Ambition brother, you know, lifelong friend in the building. You've seen him on the podcast multiple times.
Yes, sir.
He's not new to the channel. This is Brian Estevez in the building,
Yes,
you know,
sir.
co-hosting for the weekend. You know, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff.
Thank y'all for having me, man.
I'm excited.
Yep.
A lot of topics to talk about. You know what I'm saying? But let me see. What order? I wrote notes right before here. What order that I put them in? We can talk about currently what's going on, obviously. So I'm not sure if you guys know, but there's a winter storm happening tonight, I guess, on the East Coast. So
Late push, man. The
Yeah,
snow's
for real?
trying to come, yeah. 5
didn't
inches,
know.
I think, yeah.
5 inches?
Mhm.
For what?
I don't know.
It's already too late, bro. Like,
I mean, what was it? The groundhog did, like, say 6 more weeks of winter. He saw his
True.
shadow and shit, so.
but do it, does it's not like, I feel like it's not cold enough for the snow to stick. You think it's going to actually be 5 inches, or you think it's going to get colder tonight?
I don't know. They said 5 inches in Providence, but it might just be slushy.
Yeah, they're saying there's a lot of
I
rain,
hate
too,
that
so
shit,
it might
bro.
just think. But it's
Yeah.
definitely going to be dangerous, so.
Yeah, I don't know. Last time they said it was going to be a good amount. It was decent. I feel like it was more black ice and everything. But that's
Yeah.
the benefits of living on the East Coast, you know. The best coast, the East Coast. But we got to deal with
Bueno.
both weathers.
Not in the winter.
Not in the
Y'all
wintertime.
know- I don't know.
So stay safe, everybody out there. Also, WWE is in Rhode Island tonight.
Hey.
Shout out to my friend Tiana. She's there right now. WWE Raw, Monday Night Raw is filming live from Providence, Rhode Island. You know, they got Brock Lesnar, Edge, a bunch of legendary wrestlers in Providence, Rhode Island tonight. You know, in town. I would try to DM a couple of them to, like, have them on, but it was impossible.
Jimmy saw one of them. You seen that?
he saw one of them?
He was at the gym. It's one of the female wrestlers. I don't know who it is, but
I
it's
messaged one of them,
big ones,
Bianca.
though.
It was at the gym here?
Bianca
Yeah.
Belair.
So I guess when they're here, like they can go in for free real
Yeah.
quick for
Quick workout.
But, yeah, quick workout. But he saw her.
Oh, I'm sure
I
the
think he shouted out
WWE
her-
probably
her
pays for
daughter,
like
too.
a week pass for them or
Yeah,
something, or a
yeah.
day pass.
Oh, they
Well, that's
just
fire.
like, yo, I'm a wrestler, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fire. No, I would love to have one of them on, but I didn't know they were coming. You
Yeah.
know, but they do come to Providence a lot, so I gotta schedule that ahead of time. That would be dope to have a wrestler on.
You guys watch the WWE?
Not as much no
Yeah.
more.
Not
I
as
watch when
much,
like
yeah.
Bad Bunny's on. I used to watch it a lot. But when Bad Bunny's on,
Yeah.
when like viral moments happen, Logan Paul, I'll watch like highlights and clips,
Yeah.
WrestleMania, but not really like.
Now,
Heavy.
bro, I used to be the biggest one. Like, I used to go. I went to a couple events with my
Yeah.
belt, everything, but I was still a kid. I didn't know. I'm sorry for the kids out there listening who don't know who still. It's kind of scripted, yo. They kind of know who's winning. So
That was
once
real.
that blew my mind. But now I see the entertaining thing again, and it's
Yeah.
entertaining. But I used to be my shit though. No bullshit.
Yeah.
Listen, I ain't mad at it. I used to have the John Cena action figures, everything Edge, you know, classic moments. So shout out to WWE. They're in town
Thanks.
for tonight. That's pretty cool. But let's keep it with Rhode Island topics. We'll talk about news that happened in Rhode Island. First, to get out the way, because we are going to talk about later with sports, March Madness is happening, the NCAA tournament. First round, Providence Friars, the Providence College Friars, are number 11 seed in the East region of the NCAA tournament. On Sunday, they're going to face off against on Friday, they're going to face off against number 6, Kentucky.
Oof.
I'm not sure if they're going to win. Kentucky's a tough one.
tough team,
It's
bro.
a tough one.
Kentucky's a tough one, but
Every year.
that's gonna be a big game happening this Friday. So shout out to the Providence Friars. I'm trying to have on the Ed Cooley. I want to interview Ed Cooley,
coach,
legendary coach for the Providence Friars,
Yeah.
and a legendary coach in college history.
Yeah.
It would be dope to have him on soon. But shout out to Ed Cooley and the entire Providence Friars organization. Shout out to John Hope, who just had his last game, I think a week ago. He was the announcer for like 13 years, a bunch of years
Wow.
back to back. But now he's his final
done it.
year,
Wow.
final game at that position at the Providence Friar building or it used to be the Dunk. What is it called now? The AMP, Amika Pavilion,
I didn't even know they
Pavilion?
changed. They changed the Dunkin' Donuts Center.
Yeah, Amika,
Bro,
the
I'm
bank
I didn't
bought
know
it.
that either.
I'm
Amika
lost.
Bank bought the promotion. That was
Wow.
AMP. AMP.
I do actually remember when they said it was gonna go for sale. So I do kind of remember that.
Yeah.
But why? I forgot they.
But in
they
our
do
heart,
it.
it'd always be the Dunk. That's
The
all I
Dunk,
remember it as.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
Dunkin' Donuts
The
Center.
Dunkin'
I haven't
Donuts
been
Center.
there much, but I think that like what
You guys
resonated.
ever watch
I
like
feel
Disney
Dunk-
on Ice there or nothing? Like as a kid, Disney on Ice,
No,
hockey games.
I went a couple times. I can't remember what it's for, but I feel like Dunkin' Donuts is a big representation in Rhode Island,
For
so I
sure.
feel like it's definitely like
That's a New England staple.
I think the
Yeah.
last time I went there was for a COVID test.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
Yeah.
the center. Okay,
was-
okay, yeah.
I went there for the Rhode Island Comic Con. That was the Comic Con.
Nigga, I thought you went to Dunkin' Donuts. I was about to say you went to the drive-thru to get a COVID
They
test,
got
nigga.
test over there now
And
with
let
a
me get a
donut.
donut.
Real quick, let's play this video. For those who don't know, obviously right now it's about to be summertime, so you're gonna have people with the real estate market. You know, people now potentially. You know, like, the people say it depends. However you are as a realtor, however you look at it, but a lot of realtors see this summertime as like a real estate bump. The people that come in seasonal to buy houses or just look at houses. But this is right now a video that I posted. Right here, let me get it properly aligned if you're watching on YouTube. Oh, I gotta synchronize also the audio right with the Bluetooth. Make sure the roadcaster, that way they can hear it. It's connecting. But this is a video captured by Samuel Albert. We've had him in the studio. Shout out to my friend Samuel Albert, real estate agent in Rhode Island. We've had him on the podcast as well. And this was a video that he captured on his Instagram. He asked a question. Shout out to Samuel Albert, the realtor. He asked, is this what this summer is going to look like for Providence real estate? And this looks insane. Look at this. So you see the cars, traffic like crazy. So this is at an open house.
They're buying how? Oh shit.
So this is what it looks like at a Providence open house right now that just happened over the weekend. That's probably how many cars, I would say.
Bro, I thought it was an
40
accident.
cars?
I really thought it was an
And
accident.
look at the people, all for one house.
That's crazy.
Look, all these people for one house. One house, looking at one house.
In a recession.
Meanwhile, the economy's doing what it's doing, but this is a good sign for sellers
Yeah.
because it's like, oh, people are going to try to buy, but for the buyers, it's going to be a very competitive market, And you see these type of clips kind of go viral in certain other cities, but I've never seen anything like this out here in Providence, Rhode Island.
Yeah, this is crazy.
This is pretty nuts right here.
It also goes to show how many people are starting to get caught up with the idea of like using houses to make passive income and all this type of stuff. Like people are being much smarter now, so this is just proof of that, bro. Everybody's trying to make money now.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
They're realizing that, the real estate game, anyone technically can tap into it if they
Yeah.
got the resources, the proper knowledge, and you can never be too young. And you see a lot of more younger realtors, a lot more younger what's it called when not realtors, but the people that realtor, right?
Brokers?
The brokers, but the people that sell houses is realtors.
No,
right?
yeah,
realtors. They show the
Realtors.
houses and stuff, yep.
Yeah. So that was cool right there. I was like, wow, this is insane. You would have thought it was like I thought like a brand new like Jordan drop or like a Kanye West dropped another Yeezy randomly, and like you would have thought Kanye West was in Providence. Look at these cars. It looks like Kanye West was like having a meet and greet in Providence. Like this is crazy. Yeah.
The Ocean State, man. Everybody
Ocean
coming
State right
through.
there. Also, speaking of the Ocean State, when it comes to news, but this is more sadder news, but it's a statistical fact. We can't deny the statistical facts, right? Brand new study breaks the news that Rhode Island has ranked second in national alcohol-involved crashes. That means number 2 across the entire state and across the entire country. Across the entire state. It's not just and across the entire country nationally. So let's read the statistical facts right here. Let me zoom out a bit. Right there. A study has found that almost half of all fatal car crashes in Rhode Island involved alcohol. The study from Quote Wizard found that the Ocean State has the second highest rate of alcohol-involved fatal accidents in the country.
Jesus Christ.
According to their analysis, Montana ranks first with 51% fatal crashes involving alcohol. Connecticut took third place with 46. The study also found that 30% of crashes in the Ocean State of Rhode Island involve someone severely impaired.
So like after
very
after
drunk.
the
Oh,
yeah,
Very
yeah,
drunk,
drunk?
yeah, like very drunk. Yeah.
I thought it was
like
the-
blind people.
the effect
No,
after.
like super drunk after drinking. Yeah.
I thought there was a lot of blind people out here. I'm like, we got a lot of blind people in Ocean State.
They're driving, guy.
They
I
passed
don't
the
know.
test
Like,
somehow.
that's why they're crashing. You know, God bless them.
All these Teslas getting fucked up.
Yeah.
I seen Stevie Wonder whipping a Tesla. You never know.
Oh my god.
The study further revealed that 33 DUI arrests were made per 10,000 registered drivers, and fatal crashes have risen. Okay, so they gotta work better on these type of sentences. So per every 10,000 registered drivers, there's 33 DUI arrests in Rhode Island.
Damn.
Also, the fatal crashes overall have risen 18% since 2020. So in 3 years, there's been an 18% rise in Rhode Island fatal crashes. So that's why Rhode Island ranks number 2 in the entire United States when it comes to DUIs, alcohol-involved crashes. That's not a good news. That's not a good statistical fact. But it's Rhode Island.
It's scary, bro. Like, and it's crazy to see that and say like, yo, I believe it, because a lot of the accidents we see now, unless it's like a shooting, it's a lot of the times they're drunk. Rest in peace to the kids that we talked about last time in the podcast too. Remember that the 18-year-old, they was under the age too, unfortunately, and they was at a beach. They had a couple of things to drink, and right there, they, you know.
And that's something that I'm thinking about now. Like, and I say this lightly, but do you think that it might have to do with the fact that kids are drinking at so much younger ages, and like, you know what I mean? Like, we
I
got
think
kids
the access is very easy.
getting access to alcohol much younger. Now they have cars much. I feel like a lot of kids have cars now by 16, 17. So
They
they're
all
like
look grown too.
And lately we've been seeing a lot of crashes where it's young kids in Rhode Island, like either driving by themselves drunk or like hitting somebody else.
Yeah, it could be that. It could be that. Do they include, do they mean also maybe, like, I know there's a huge motorcycle driving out here, biking, do they mean that?
Yeah.
Two-wheel vehicles too? Or is it just four-wheel vehicles?
Yeah.
Because I know there's a big biking, motorcycle vehicle driving out here. Maybe that included. I don't know. That'll make more sense for me. But also, it's not, in Philadelphia, that's huge.
Yeah.
And also, they probably didn't do this study on anyone under 21, so maybe it is just older people. You know what I mean? Like the study, they probably can't look at somebody who crashed who's 18 and put them in here because they're not.
Nah, they could still, because they'll still do the blood work,
No, but what I'm saying is, like, does that count towards the study
I
if you
think it
crash
will.
and you're underage? Because you're not supposed to be drinking liquor. You know what I mean?
You're not supposed to be
maybe.
drinking, but you still
still
did
doing
it.
it,
You know?
yeah,
You see,
yeah.
you're part of the people who did it.
I mean,
so.
we saw here the night of my birthday, what's that shit called again? The Batmobile?
Oh, yeah.
The blood and alcohol testing truck that they have, Rhode Island police. So they're out here.
Yeah.
I thought they snitched on us. I thought somebody snitched before we started. I was like, damn, already, bro?
I went in the parking lot,
Oh, you
went
thought
out.
we're here
I
right
was
now?
like, yo.
No, that day when I came.
Nah,
'cause
even
I
the
came
landlords were
earlier.
confused. They hit me. They were like, "What is that? Why were they here?" I'm like, "I don't know. I thought
Erwin
you guys."
texted me. He's like, yo, what's going on with this truck outside? I'm like, I don't know, bro.
Yeah, I thought you guys. I was like, I
SWAT
thought
team.
the landlord agreed with it, but they were like, "No, they didn't." So the police might be in trouble. I don't know. Maybe they have the right to do that anywhere. I
Yeah,
don't
they
know.
probably do.
Now we
yeah.
know why. We're ranked number 2.
That's why I need
Yeah.
that shit.
Maybe we do need them outside.
Yeah, they gotta figure that out.
And we all were a little inebriated that night when we left.
So
We was good. Allegedly.
allegedly, we don't drink nothing.
Allegedly.
Only alcohol. Oh. Only water. H2O. But this is huge news. If you are the Last of Us fan,
Yeah.
you watch The Last of Us?
Yeah, hell yeah. I just
do?
finished the last episode right now. Yes, sir. You
I
didn't
can
see?
talk about it.
Oh my God! Listen, Earl, you might have to cover your ears or something.
You haven't watched it?
I haven't watched it.
Damn,
no.
you ain't shit.
But it's
I
not
played
really a
the game, though.
spoiler.
I played the game,
Yeah, because the video
yeah.
game is, it's not really a spoiler.
Kinda.
I never played the game, so to me it's just a show.
Yeah.
But the show is fire, man.
Show's really, 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 really well done.
I'm seeing a lot of 9s and 10s for real. So yeah.
Yo, for
Man,
real.
listen. So for those who don't know, last night was The Last of Us season 1 finale, episode 9. This is the number of viewers for this episode alone last night live. 8.2 million people watched.
Damn.
That's live.
That's a record high for the entire season. Episode 8, I think, had 8.1 million people. 8.2 people for the season finale. And the crazy part about this was they aired while the Oscars were airing. And the Oscars, though, got 18.7 million. So, obviously, you can't compete with the Oscars or the Oscars. But
People watch the Oscars.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, yeah, it's a big movie. That's the biggest movie award.
Every year. People wait for that every year type shit. And plus, it's like...
No disrespect to the actors. Just the Oscars, I don't know.
Nah, it's big. It's big. It's like
Brian said, fuck the Oscars. The Last of Us is on. But, 8.2 million people. But they didn't... I thought it was going to be like a record for HBO, but they did fall behind... Game of Thrones, House of Dragons, which got 10 million people for the premiere episode. Episode 1 of House of Dragons on HBO holds the record for #1 most streamed HBO show at 10 million people watching the same night. But
that's fucking
8.2 for Last of Us is not bad.
That's not bad.
Bro, that's not bad at all, bro.
Especially when you're airing against the Oscars. Like, come on now.
Yeah, and especially
you stole 8 million viewers from them.
One episode, bro. It's one episode. That means that you're going into season 2 with 8.2 million people interested in the show.
Facts.
And that's not counting the people that watch it the next day and days later and weeks later.
They said the average audience... Well, let's actually look at the statistical. So look at episode 1 of Last of Us got 4.7 million people. Episode 2 got 5.7. Episode 3 got 6.4. Episode 4 got 7.5. Episode 5 was tricky because it dropped earlier because I think it was the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So they dropped it on a Friday. So they include the Friday numbers and then the Sunday numbers. So it was 11.6. But it doesn't count as the one day. So, but it was 11.6 throughout that weekend. Episode 6 got 7.8. Episode 7 got 7.7. Episode 8 got 8.1, and episode 9 we just watched got 8.2 million people watching. So it seems like there was a trajectory going up and up and up and up, which means you're definitely gonna get a season 2. And they're saying they're gonna drop Last of Us 3 video game, so you're probably gonna get season 3. This is not gonna stop. They might do a video game number 4.
This might be The Walking Dead. Yeah, this might be The Walking Dead again, but
could be a good series,
could be better.
So let's talk about it. To review the season and also review the last episode, episode 9.
Oh shit, let's talk about it.
So. For those who don't know, when you watch the episode, it starts off right where... Well, not necessarily right where episode 8 left off. Episode 8 left off after...
She killed them.
She killed the priest, the father, you know, that... I feel like he
was on some rapey shit.
Yeah, he was like molesting her. He was like rubbing on her.
Yeah, he was trying to.
He was like molesting her. It was a cannibal. He eats people.
Yeah.
This whole guy, he had to die. I was going to kill him myself. Through the TV
I didn't know
screen.
how she was going to get out, to be honest.
I know, right? But then she just blacked out, and she was like, I got to save myself out of here. Joel's not here. And he was literally there about to save her, but he left. I mean, he was there. They left together at the end. They had this brace impactful, emotional moment. And then now we have the start of this episode. I don't think it's the day after.
No, it goes back, at first, it goes back to Ellie's mom giving birth.
Oh, that's what, right? It starts the flashback, right?
Yeah.
Good. That's why Brian's here. So we got the flashback, right? It starts with the flashback, and then people are like, at first, like, okay, what's this flashback have to do with anything? So it shows that Firefly woman.
Yes.
And she was the woman that, you know, was in charge of Ellie's life from that day forward. And it goes to the precipice of, like, why is Ellie potentially the cure, right? Why do they think she has the cure? It's because her mother was... you know, be bitten while she was pregnant.
Yeah.
But then she took her out and she cut the umbilical cord.
No, she gave birth while she was getting bit.
Yeah, she didn't take her out.
She came out while she was getting bit.
She just pushed out. Oh, it was during, right?
The zombie was on her and she was
screaming.
stabbing it, and the baby came out. And after the zombie fell to the side, then she noticed that the baby was already out, and she cut the umbilical.
That's true. From like the pain, because they say that shit happens like when women are pregnant sometimes. Like Tiana Taylor, I think she gave birth in a toilet. Remember, like accidentally, something like that, because she thought she was just taking a shit, and she was like just pushing.
She pushed that shit.
So like through that push, like the women bodies are strong, powerful.
That's crazy. And she actually, the crazy thing is, the actress looked like Ellie.
So the actress that played the mother to Ellie was the actress that played Ellie in the video game.
Oh shit! So they probably looked
10 years later, they got her back playing the mother in the show.
She got a bag. She got a bag from the video game and from the show now. Yeah.
I think she was both the face actor and the voice actor. But regardless, I'm pretty sure she was the voice actor for Ellie. Yeah. I saw that go viral. So that was dope as hell.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, damn, like, this is happening. Okay, wow. And then I'm like, damn, is the baby going to survive? Obviously it survives, but what's going to happen? And I'm like, oh, that's why she has potentially the cure.
Yep.
They cut off the umbilical cord. So then now I'm thinking, like, damn, so is this all you have to do? Like, get bitten and maybe give birth while you're getting bitten to get the cure? But it doesn't make sense. Like, I'm not sure if that makes any sense, right? Maybe she's just a special kind. You know, that's the first instance ever, maybe. I don't know.
And I like to point out, bro, she bit the pastor and told him that he was infected. Remember, she showed him the mark. Remember when he was
Yeah.
at the thing?
But was
did
she
he get
lying
it?
to scare him,
Yeah,
or
I think
was
she was lying.
or was she really? Can she infect people?
Because he didn't get. I don't think he got infected. She killed him before he even showed any signs or anything.
Yeah, but then the infected, it could last a while. Because with
That's
Walking
true,
Dead, it was
yeah.
kind of like right away.
Yeah.
But with this one, Last of Us, like the turnover ratio, it could be right away, or a lot of times takes a whole day.
Yeah, I
'Cause-
think they actually showed in the episode when they were at when he was at the what was the main base? Not the Fireflies, the government one.
Oh, I know what you
Fedra.
mean. They had like a
They showed
chart.
like they said like, oh, if it bites you in the neck, it'll be like 30 minutes. If it bites you in the leg, it'll be like 6 hours or something like that. Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. So we know that definitely happened, right? We saw that flashback. Boom. How's this gonna connect to the rest of the episode? Then we see the woman, the Firefly woman. Okay, I'm gonna take care of her. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. So that's why she wanted Ellie to go no matter what to that hospital, and then Joel was the one to take her. And then it fast forward to them. Boom, they're like in the middle of still walking, traveling to this another hospital because they went to the other one and they didn't have no chance. There was nobody there. They left. They moved. They went to another one. They're on their way to another one, and then Ellie's kind of like sad the whole time. I'm like, what's going on with this girl? Why is she so damn sad?
Drama, man.
But I'm thinking, is she traumatized from the priest, or is she thinking about that flashback?
Or she's traumatized from when she had to stab the dude's face up. Remember? Wasn't it the priest that she stabbed his face up?
Yeah, she killed him.
Yeah. So I was thinking like she's either traumatized from him trying to touch her, or from like her having to kill him like that because she was going crazy.
Yeah,
That wasn't like her.
And I was thinking maybe she was having that flashback thinking about her mother. It was a deep moment. I'm like, what the hell's going on, right? And then it keeps going, and then they make it to the hospital. And then Joel reveals to her the fact that he tried to kill himself. Joel, that the scar on his head was literally from him shooting himself and missing. He flinched. It was the day after that his daughter died. The original daughter, his actual daughter in episode 1, the day that she died, the day after, he chose to try to kill himself, which I was like, damn, that's some dark shit.
nuts,
But
yeah.
I feel it like, bro, he felt like he had nothing left. That's all he had left. And, she was gone. I'm like, shit, that's some real shit. I understand. And then it connected to the fact why he loves Ellie so much. Because he's like, maybe I'm here because you're the reason that I'm alive. Because, like, this makes sense now. Like, you're my purpose. I was ready to cry. I'm like, fuck. What the hell's going on here?
That's tough.
And then she was looking at him emotional too, like, we should get going. I'm like, damn, okay.
Let's go, Papa.
I'm like, let's get out of here then, Ellie.
Yo, Brian, real quick, just put the mic a little closer
Oh yeah,
to
put
you.
it closer to
It
your
keeps
mouth.
it keeps like falling down, bro. Like it keeps like slowly.
Try to tighten it or...
Nah, I did.
It's tighten all the way.
Yeah, look, it slowly just like keeps
If
going
anything,
down
lift it
right
up
there.
higher too, if you want the whole base. Like
Oh, I
right
did
there.
that, and it goes even lower too.
So,
But I'll leave it here, and then let's see if
Yes.
it goes down. Or now turn it right there. All right. Yeah.
And then also they were like, oh, he was like, all right, let's break some ice. Let's joke about some puns. Okay, let's joke about some puns. She brought the pun book out again, and then they get attacked.
Yeah.
Boom. And it's like, what's happening? I'm like, they look like military guys, and then boom, the Fireflies. Okay, it's the Fireflies. They took them, and then the woman again from the flashback that was taking care of Ellie. The mother. Basically Ellie's mother at this point because she's the only one that took care of her for all these years, right? Her stepmother, the mother that stepped up.
Yes, man.
Wow, that was beautiful.
I'm going to the studio after this.
Yo, they're not ready for these bars. And then Joel was heated. He was like, "Where is she? Where's Ellie? No." And then she's like, "Joel, there's nothing I could do. Like, I don't know how you made it here. I'm forever indebted for you. Like, you brought her here. We lost so many people trying to come here, traveling over here. A lot of our team died, but you and her made it here. Like without anything, no injuries. How'd you guys make it? Like, But she's here. The doctor's here. They're gonna operate her. They're gonna take some of the mutated genes. They think that they have a cure, Joe. They think that she could have the cure, and the way that they have to operate on her is going in her brain, right? That's what he was saying because you have to take as a neurosurgeon. So he was asking her these questions like, what? And then when he realized it's the brain, he got more scared because he's like,
Yeah.
she might die, right? But then this is where it gets weird because in my opinion, it's a bigger purpose, right? You would think like
That's what I was gonna
sacrifice
ask you.
her life to potentially save the world.
Yeah.
If she actually has the cure. But Joel said, fuck that. I'm selfish. And then he waited until he was being taken away off the grounds. They escorted him out, and in the stairs, he attacked them. Took the gun, game over. He turned into like the shooter that he is. He's a good ass shooter.
Yo,
you can tell when you
because he
play the
walks
game.
around with a sniper. He doesn't walk around with an AR. He has a sniper. Yeah.
So he killed everyone, bro.
Because he was in the army or something. He was in Vietnam or something like
Bro,
that.
he does not miss. His shot does not miss. You know, he's like Steph Curry. He really killed everyone.
And the way they showed it was crazy too. It was it was like slow motion, but he was more moving at a normal pace. But when he would kill people, it was like slow motion.
Like
it
the
was
Matrix,
crazy, bro.
John Wick.
Yeah,
like
like
something, like something like that. But it was real quiet. Like you could just hear his footsteps and shit, and then just him murdering people.
Dark.
It was wild.
I almost like felt bad for the people. I'm like,
I almost felt bad for Ellie. I was kind of like, damn, he's kind of psychotic, bro. Like
Ellie wants. Ellie wants to save the world. She knows that she's the cure.
Yeah.
But Joel tries to control that decision for her.
Ellie doesn't know that she's gonna get killed.
Yeah.
She doesn't know she's gonna die.
She doesn't know what type of surgery is really gonna
Yeah.
be. You know, she doesn't know the risk.
She doesn't even know his surgery. She
but-
doesn't know his surgery. Remember in the car after she asked her like what was gonna happen, and he was like, "Oh, they just put you on some meds to calm you down," and he told her like a whole different story.
Listen, it is crazy. I know that the woman has history with Joel, but in my opinion, like if you really want to get the mission done, you already got Ellie. You should just shot Joel in the head at that point.
Yeah.
You got him locked. Don't even free him. Just kill him, because this is for the world.
Facts.
This is not for Joel's feelings. You know, he's Mr. I care about her. But this is where it turns a twist, because like the whole season we like love Joel. Oh my God, Joel. But then it's like, this is where a lot of people online were like, especially if they never played the game, they're like, nah, what the fuck is wrong with Joel?
Yeah.
Like what?
I mean,
he's going
Because at the end it was the lady and him. He had her carried, and the lady that gave her to him to bring over there,
She's last
she
person
was the
alive.
last person alive, and she had a gun, and she was like, "Yo, just leave her here. Like, you have a chance to like make a decision that could change the world.
Yeah.
Like if you take her, you're only gonna change her world." And she's gonna have to. You're gonna die, and then she's gonna have to live in this world. But if you leave her, we could change it for everyone.
Yeah.
But
Bro,
he was
and
like,
he-
fuck
I
it.
mean,
And he killed her.
Nigga, he shot her, bro.
He killed her twice.
cut
They
the
shot her
lady.
twice.
Yeah, he had a gun like under Ellie's leg and shot her in the
A
stomach.
sneaky shot. Boom.
And then she was like on the floor, like, "Oh, don't kill me! Like, I'll make it up to you. You come out." And he was like, "You're just gonna come after her." Pow! Just shot her in the head.
I mean, I like looking at Joel's part. You feel me? You find somebody finally that you can be with throughout this fucking pandemic shit, bruh. And now they want to take you away after all this
That's
time you
true.
survived. It's like, damn.
Because that's the only thing that matters. If you watch the show, you play the game, you see that Joel, he has a brother. That's a lie.
Yeah.
But then the connection with his brother's not there. He sees his brother has a family. His brother moved on. Instead of wanting to just live with his brother, he's like, let's do this, right?
Yeah.
But then at the same time, he did have second thoughts. In this same episode,
Yep,
he
yep.
was telling Ellie, like, we could just go back to my brother, like, live over there. Are you sure you still want to do this? She was like, we already made it all this way. Let's see this through. But then, let's see this through. Joe stops it.
Yeah.
And then Ellie wakes up from the drugs in the back seat of the truck. And she's like, what's going on? And he lies to her.
Yeah.
Oh, I had to, we had to get you out of there, blah, blah, blah. The operation didn't work. There's actually a bunch of people like you, like a bunch of cured people. He lied. And then again, she asked him when they left and they went, where did they go to?
They were damn, where were they? I think they were just like in the middle. Weren't they in the middle of the city or something?
It was somewhere that, like, remember there was a point where they were both asking each other, like, where would you want to go after this, all this, something like that. I think that's where they went to.
That's where they went?
Like a farm or some shit, wherever it was, some specific city, something specifically.
Yeah.
I think it was either his wish or her wish, but they went there. And she said it earlier. She's like, I'll follow you wherever you go.
Oh, yeah.
So she followed him, but then she did ask him right there at the last scene of the season in this episode, did you lie to me? What happened in Kansas? Were you telling the truth?
Yeah, she said promise that you're
Promise.
telling the truth, yeah.
He said, yeah, I did. She said, okay, cut to black screen.
That's it.
I'm like, bitch, it's not
But
okay.
you know what's crazy? I think
not
she
okay, bitch.
remembers. I think she remembers what they were doing to her. Like maybe not when she was knocked out, but before they might have explained it to her, and that's why she was like, "You promised that it was what you said." Because now she's like, "Damn, if he took me and killed all those people, then there's no
I
cure,
got
and I'm
heated.
just useless now."
Because I get it. My thing is like, yes, if you want to fight for your daughter, like the love of your life, your daughter, that's the thing. If you're a parent, would you do what Joel did?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you want the greater good to like humanity. Don't you want to be a hero? But maybe this world ending has made him so like traumatized that he's like he doesn't think that way. He doesn't care about being a hero. You stop believing in shit when that happens.
Yeah.
You don't believe in God.
What if it don't work?
True.
Damn, you just
And
lost
it's
the
killed it
person
for
that-
nothing.
yeah,
It's
killed it
probably
for
also
nothing.
that this is the only type of love he's felt since, because this is years after the shit started.
Yeah.
So it's already like 20 years in. So he probably has never felt no type of love. So now that he has her,
Yeah.
he's like, damn, bro, I'm not losing this. Like,
Nah,
That was
it's
so
something.
crazy, man. That was so crazy. I love this show. I love this episode. It was amazing.
Incredible
You know,
show.
even though I hated it, it brought the emotions out of you. Like, fucking Joel, you fucking dummy.
and big shout out to Joel. I don't know his name, the actual actor, but I know
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, he's amazing and he's Hispanic. So shout out to you, bro. We rock with you.
Hey.
Pedro Pascal, aka the Mandalorian, as
Yep.
well,
Yeah.
aka the motherfucking Joel from Last of Us. Phenomenal
Sicario,
actor.
he's in Sicario, I think, too,
phenomenal
yeah.
actor. The guy.
Big movies.
Narcos. He's in
yup, I was
Narcos.
about
He's
to
the
say
main actor in
Narcos, yup.
Narcos. And Narcos is canceled, but if Narcos comes back, this guy might explode.
He's incredible,
Like
man.
he might literally die. Like it's too much. He's too good. They might just die. Like it's too much good shit.
He's incredible, bro.
But he's so fucking amazing. But part 2, Last of Us season 2 coming soon, probably in 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, some Euphoria shit. They probably take 2-year breaks. When it's quality, you build it up for 2 years.
Yo, now that you said Euphoria, let me say something to you real quick, right? What if Euphoria ended because she got sober and she went to the sober house, and then it's only coming back 2 years later because she finishes high school in the sober house, and then she comes out and starts using again in college, and that's when Euphoria starts again.
For a college type season? No?
Yeah, or like not even, because I don't know if she was going to go to college. I don't really remember. I don't think she was into that. But like she comes out of the house and like she's out of high school now, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, now there's even bigger parties and even more
That's
shit.
what the last episode ended on.
Yeah, the last episode ended. I'm pretty sure she was going into like a house to stop
I
using
forgot
drugs and all
completely
that
about
type
a lot
of
of
shit. And she was, I think she was taken out of school. I think. So that was my thing. I'm like, they're probably waiting 2 years because in 2 years she's 18, she's out of high school, and then now she's back to drugs.
I thought you were connected into Last of Us. I thought
No.
you were
I
saying
just
some
thought of
multi-universe
that
shit.
randomly. We could cut that out. I
So
just
I
thought
thought you were
of that
saying some
randomly.
multi-universe
They
shit.
found a
I
portal.
don't know. I didn't know if anybody else shared thoughts. I
Doctor
was like,
Strange
yeah.
pulled up out of nowhere. Yeah.
Zendaya, come here. You're Ellie. I'm like, yo, Brian.
Hulk
Just, I'm
is
like, you might
smacking
make some
Zendaya,
sense.
yo.
It might be the next Marvel Raider now.
But on Twitter they were saying if you played The Last of Us Part 2, they were like, if you guys hated this episode, you guys are gonna hate the next season because
Wait, so the
I
game
forgot what
ends
happened in
just
the
like
game.
that? That's how it ends? Damn.
So in the second game, I forgot what
Don't
happened.
you play as her? Like, I think it's her.
They're saying there's some girl named Abby. But I didn't want to look it up because I don't really want to spoil it for myself. But comment down below if you guys are Last of Us fans. You're probably going to spoil it already in the fucking comments. But the video game's out, so I can't blame you. But there's a girl named Abby supposedly in the second game that's like the main character of the second game. But I'm not sure. It looks kind of like Ellie. I'm not sure if Abby is Ellie. But they're saying, it might be another girl, but they're saying that, oh, him killing the doctor has huge significance. Like him killing the doctor and everything. Like stopping that is like a glitch in the Matrix. Like this fucked up a lot of things happening in the future.
Oh, shit. So they're probably coming after him now.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
It's very interesting. I love how this is building up because it's building up like the video game, but it's not necessarily traditional. Like the ending for this season, you know, you can argue like maybe have a perfect ending, like oh maybe try to find the cure. No, they said let's keep it like how the video game is,
That's smooth, yeah.
and that's it. So
That's
shout out to
fire.
them. You know,
Very smart.
amazing season. I love the show. I'm
Same.
addicted to this shit. Had me tuning into a new episode every week like it was 2010 again.
Yo,
Shit.
facts.
Like Netflix don't exist.
The game had people buying PlayStation because this is a PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's true.
It's crazy, yeah.
Sony.
yeah,
Sony making a bag.
Facts.
Only smart as hell.
So last night also while The Last of Us was on, they had the Oscars, 95th anniversary Oscars, 2023 Oscars, but basically was the movies for 2022. Last night aired, and these were some of the winners. Let me list them right now. You guys didn't watch the Oscars, right?
I seen who won, but I wasn't really watching.
bro.
it, though.
So best picture of the year was Everything Everywhere All at Once. Phenomenal movie. You haven't watched it yet?
I haven't watched it.
You haven't watched it
I
yet?
thought it was a Netflix thing. I was looking it up, but it's actually a movie. Like,
Yeah, you
I'm
guys
not-
gotta watch
I
that
gotta
movie,
go
bro.
see.
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Everything, what's it on?
It's in
I
theaters
don't think it's
right
on
now.
anything.
Yes.
It's, you can find it on Soap
Oh,
today
yeah, yeah,
on the
yeah.
illegal website and shit.
Yeah.
What is
But-
he? I don't know what he talking about. I don't go on that website.
Yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly.
I don't know any
Allegedly.
websites. I don't know anything.
Soap,
I don't even have internet.
soap on your body, then wash it with water.
Yeah.
Dove.
But Everything All at Once, Everywhere All at Once, you guys would love it because it's like an unconventional win. Because for it to win Best Picture at the Oscars, it's so unconventional because the movie is like a movie that we would like. Is on some like fun, like crazy shit, like hot dog fingers, like a lot of wild moments. Like bro,
mad random.
it's mad random weirdo vibes, but it's amazing. Like it's so good. But you would think, oh, it might not win an Oscar because, like, you know, Oscars doesn't go for that because they
too
never really
crazy,
give it,
yeah.
like, Marvel, those type of movies. So it was like, what? Everything All Everywhere at Once? And they won the most awards of the night. They sweep the Oscars.
Damn.
So you got to watch that fucking movie.
I bet.
Also, Best Actor. Well, we'll get to him last because I'm going to have a talk about him. But that was Brendan Fraiser, The Whale. Best Actress was Michelle Yeoh. Everything Everywhere All at Once, the Asian woman in that movie.
Oh, that's the same lady from the Netflix movie Amma, right?
Yeah.
Yo, that movie was fire too. That was a really good movie.
Best Supporting Actress was Jamie Lee Curtis, the female woman, the white woman that played like a villain almost in Everything Everywhere All at Once. But I think Angela Bassett should have won Best Supporting Actress. Angela Bassett from Black Panther. Black Panther role was amazing. You know, I don't know. God bless. It is what it is. She got snubbed. Hugh Kwan, the Asian guy from Everything Everywhere All at Once, won
Jesus Christ.
Supporting Actor, Best Supporting Actor. Great actor. He's a kid from Indiana Jones. He's a little kid in Indiana Jones, a little Asian kid. He's a little Asian kid also in The Goonies.
Back in the day.
The Goonies.
Damn, he's been acting for a
He's been acting for a while. Legendary guy, you know. And the guy that presented him the award was Harrison Ford
Oh, wow.
from Indiana Jones. So it was like a full circle moment, like, oh my God, they were going crazy. And in the crowd, you see Steven Spielberg like clapping, like smiling. He's the guy that directed Indiana Jones. So it was a dope moment. You know, the three of them being there at the same time. Best director was Everything Everywhere All at Once. The Dan brothers is Dan Kwan and Daniel Shanner. Another monumental moment because Everything Everywhere All at Once, directors were competing with Steven Spielberg, Martin McDowell, Todd Field, like high-end, like, you know, like fancy movie directors, and they won.
Yeah, wow.
Insane. And I think the editor won too, and the editor was like so nervous up there. He was like, this is like crazy. This is the second movie I've ever edited. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm here.
Shit.
I'm like, bro, you better take
That's
that
incredible,
moment in.
man.
Yeah.
I don't like when people do celebratory speeches for winning and they're just like, thank you to this. Like, bro, say something that's going to inspire someone or like make something. You know what I'm saying? Tell a story about something.
That's the thing is like
Some people get
sometimes
nervous, so.
you don't know if you're going to win. So
That's
that's like,
true,
damn,
too.
imagine you prepared a smooth-ass speech just to think
Just to
about it in your
lose.
head. You're like, shit, yeah.
Go home
so
and read that shit in the bathtub.
Sometimes, yeah. But
It's true. It's true. Jamie Lee Curtis had a
true.
good ass speech, powerful. Even though she shouldn't have fucking won the award, she's had a good ass speech. I loved her speech. Brendan Fraser had a good ass speech. He was like crying. It was amazing. Animated feature, Pinocchio won. You guys watch Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio on Netflix?
Nah.
You didn't watch it last year? Did you guys watch the competitors, Puss in Boots, Turning Red, The Sea Beast?
I saw Puss in
I heard
Boots.
of Puss in Boots.
I saw Puss in Boots. That's the Shrek.
I heard of Puss in Boots, but I've never seen it. I've seen clips.
The Puss in el Boots.
Oh, man.
Le Puss, le Boots.
Cinematography, All Quiet on the Western Front, the Netflix movie, the war movie.
Oh, that was a good movie.
A lot of people watched it. I haven't still not watched that movie. Edwin watched it. He said it was good. It won a couple awards last night, though.
Yeah.
Let me see what else would matter. Sound. They shouted me out last night. Sound. Top Gun Maverick was the winner for the sound. Top Gun Maverick was a good. You guys watched that one yet?
No,
Top Gun
but
Maverick?
I think Earl told me about
It
it.
just like,
You watched it?
nah, I haven't watched it.
Damn.
Because isn't it a remake of the last one? Like pretty much.
It's a continuation.
Oh, okay.
But you don't have to watch the last one. You can watch this by itself, and they play enough flashbacks in it that you'll get it.
Yeah.
It's like a classic movie. Top Gun Maverick is like a definition of a movie. I don't know how other way to put it. Like, you'll fucking be like, what? This is like some American white, but good in a good way, like like a cheeseburger. This shit was good.
American Dream.
American Dream. Like, it was really good. It was a really good movie. But yeah, going back to the man, in my opinion, who has had the best comeback in the history of acting, Brendan Fraser, winning the Best Actor award at the Oscars for his role in The Whale. So Brendan Fraser, for those who don't know who Brendan Fraser is, you guys definitely are familiar, especially when I mentioned this.
Well, George of the Jungle, man.
Yes. Brendan Fraser, 54-year-old Brendan Fraser, actor known for Encino Man in 1992. The Encino Man,
Wow, ago.
classic movie. George of the Jungle in 1997. And then he did the famous movies The Mummy in 1999 to 2008.
That was a good series, too.
He was the mummy, the guy behind the mummy, right? And he went through a lot. This man went through a lot. It was a huge comeback, not because of just these movies he's did. So he went from being blockbuster, huge star in the early 2000s, in the 90s, to doing movies that no one's ever heard of. Like, no one cares about independent films. And one of the reasons was because a lot of people say that he was blackballed. Jesus. A lot of people say that he was blackballed in Hollywood because of the fact that he was sexually assaulted by the former president of the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, the HFPA, which are the people behind the Golden Globes Awards. Very powerful man. One of the most powerful men in Hollywood. And this was in 2003. And he came out and spoke about it in 2018. People were saying that this is a reason why he could have been potentially blackballed in Hollywood, because you have to think about it. This powerful man, you accuse him of this, he's going to be like, listen, Brendan Fraiser, he's bad for business, right? Like, we can't have him in good roles. That's why Brendan Fraiser probably was doing a lot of these independent films, right?
Yeah, wow.
And we have Brendan Fraiser coming back and wearing this 4 hours worth of makeup every time he wore it, this body fat 300-pound bodysuit to gain weight for this role. And it was a role of a lifetime, The Whale. And leading up to the movie even coming out, there was film festivals in Venice where he received like a 6-minute standing ovation. So after everyone watched the movie, everyone stood up in the crowd and clapped for 6 minutes straight. Wow. And he was crying like, oh my God. And everyone was like, okay, when this movie comes out, it's going to win awards. And then everyone saw it, and I'm like, oh, damn. The hype is real. Impactful. One of my favorite movies of all time. Wow. I'm telling you right now, from beginning to end, I cried twice. I'm like, this movie is insane. Like, it was powerful. Like, the guys in the opening scene is crazy. I don't want to spoil it. If you guys are watch it, the opening scene is like, what? This is what this is going to be like. But it's like, it's insane, right? So he gains this 300-pound like makeup for the role, and he kills it, and then he wins the Oscar for the best actor of the year. Now it makes him going from Brendan Fraser, blackballed, to now Brendan Fraser, number one actor in Hollywood. Yeah. It's a huge comeback story. Is amazing. And even during the speech, he's like crying and like gets us all emotional, and like he has like trouble breathing because like he feels it. Like he's like, this is unbelievable. The fact that I'm dealing with this and I'm going through this, like, this is amazing. Now, who knows? He might now land bigger roles again. Yeah. You know, if they want to bring the Mummy back, now's the time. If they want to do all this stuff with him again, now's the time. Yeah. Because he's on top of his game. And he's just a good ass actor. And, you know, and these George the Jungle, Encino Man, this stuff was like comedy. So this was like a serious role. He plays like a gay, depressed, obese man. It is insane. You guys gotta just watch that shit. I'm telling you right now. It's just like, you'll be like, what the fuck? But The Whale, I love it. Best actor of the year, Brendan Fraser, comeback of the century, number one comeback possibly in the history of acting. I said it here. There we have it. Make sure to check out that movie, The Whale, whenever you guys get the chance. Now moving on to music news.
Shout out to Wale.
Let's go. Why?
Now on to Wale. The Whale to Wale.
You said music, Wale.
Oh, man.
Transition, boys.
I got you.
That's actually amazing.
Breakfast Club, hit me up.
That's actually fucking phenomenal. So now, Drake and 21 Savage are going on tour. That's right. Drake has officially announced a tour, and it's called the It's All a Blur Tour. And if you look at the tour poster, which we're going to pull up in a while, when you look at the tour flyer, the concert flyer, it looks like it's going to be Drake going through his classics. It shows a young Drake.
His timeline, yeah.
The timeline from a young Drake to all the way to the new Drake right now. So it's going to be a tour where he plays all his classic music, similar to the Apollo performance that he did that went viral a couple weeks ago, where he did 2 nights at the Apollo back-to-back, and he brought out Dipset, he brought out, I think Lil Wayne? Was Lil Wayne brought out? No. Nah. I don't think so. I think it was Dipset.
Dipset, 21 was
21,
there.
I think that was it.
Uzi,
Uzi, one of them.
Couple people. He definitely brought.
Yeah, but he played classic songs, and he had like his bedroom set up. Like he designed a stage like his upbringing, like where he actually recorded "Take Care," where he recorded "So Far Gone." Yeah. So it's like, this is, if you're a Drake fan, this is the concert you got to go to.
It's gonna be a movie for sure.
This is gonna be a movie. Yeah. This is not no bullshit. Yeah. And people thought like, oh, Her Loss dropped. And they were teasing it, remember? And then they deleted the articles like, oh, no, we don't want to announce it yet. But Drake and 21 on tour for Her Loss, okay, that's already good. Great album. That's all we need. 21 does some classics. But now it's like, it's a Drake tour. Yeah. 21 is just going to be there, do his thing. Yeah. He'll probably come out when it comes to like the new Drake at the end of the concert probably, right? But he's probably going to open up as well. But this is a Drake tour. This is like
Yeah.
a classic Drake tour. It's crazy. I'm shocked that Drake's doing this. Whereas like, I guess if you're gonna do a tour, you're gonna have to have an opener. So 21. But the fact that it's a Drake classic legacy tour,
Yeah.
you would think like he'll do that for like a special moment.
Just himself, kind of just.
And then we talked about where he's talking about maybe retiring.
That's the thing. I was gonna say that we seen that video with him talking about Lil Yachty and everybody talking with Lil Yachty and everybody hinting that he might be retiring. So us seeing this lineup now, like with the timeline thing, and it's like beginning to end. It might be kind of his last
Imagine.
tour.
Is he
yo.
retiring?
That's crazy,
Could
bro.
be retiring from touring too.
This is
he
a
did-
big tour. I feel like this is a tour that people do kind of towards their end of their career.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne's doing one right now like that, where it's gonna be Legacy. He's gonna do small venues, Apollo. He's gonna do the small House of Blues in Boston, the small one. He's gonna do small venues, and it's like that's Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
You know, tickets were like $350. It was crazy. But Drake's doing this intimate type of a stage set, but on big stages, CD Garden, like big arenas. You know, tickets start from $69, so they're probably gonna go up to probably like $250, $300. Who knows, right?
Facts.
For general admission. God bless. That's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna have to hit up my scammer friends at Legendary to get in there.
I'm about to go.
But it's like, okay, why is Drake doing this? You know, maybe he saw how well it went at the Apollo that he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna make this a tour.
Yeah.
Because this is very interesting to me. Like, it's a big decision to make this the tour where it's like classic Drake.
Yeah.
Everyone's always wanted this. When I saw him when he performed with what album was that? I think More Life, and he went on tour with the Migos and they opened up for him. He kind of played some of those songs here and there, but it didn't give that aesthetic.
Yeah.
If he's doing this, he's probably gonna give that aesthetic.
Yeah.
Stage designs, the
Yeah.
whole shebang, right? This is gonna be crazy. And if you look at the flyer, he literally has the first photo is Drake as the grassy Drake, I think, right?
Baby Drake, yo.
Right there. The grassy Drake.
Yeah, that timeline. I just don't get if it is a retirement tour or something like that. Like I just don't get 21 Savage being there.
That's my only thing.
Yeah.
And I love 21. I'm not saying
for
okay,
sure, nah.
but maybe the only connection is 21 coming out for the Her Loss. I don't know.
Still, the pictures and everything is like that's 20. Why? Just
And
that's a Drake-
if you even want to go more throwback, look at the sponsor. One of the sponsors is Sprite.
Oh shit, yeah.
He's back working with Sprite.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's something.
The classic Drake
Yeah.
Sprite commercials, like he's back working with Sprite.
That's
Why
crazy,
is
yeah.
Sprite coming out of nowhere? Maybe because of that same reason. He's like, yo, you guys want to work with me in here? Because we worked together in the past, you know, nostalgic. It could be that, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Listen, if I'm 21, obviously you won't say no to this. I'm like,
Nah,
shit.
that's a bag.
Hell
That's a
no.
bag and a half.
Put me wherever the fuck you want, right?
Put me on the bottom with the sponsors.
Nigga, I'll just come out and do the ad-libs. As long as you pay me, free exposure, whatever, we'll fucking make it
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
That's 21 Savage.
For sure.
But knowing Drake, he respects and loves 21 so much, and they have such a good friendship that it probably is going to be official tissue with 21. So get early to this tour if you guys go. I'll play the trailer. There's a trailer also. I'm going to play it, but I'm going to mute it because there's music playing. I'm not sure who it is. It sounds like it's a white woman.
too, yo.
I don't know what song it is. It sounds like a white woman or something. I don't want to play it, though.
A white woman.
Yeah, bro, it's like a white woman singing. But when you look at the visuals of the trailer, you get the gist of like, oh shit, he's playing like unreleased footage. Is like him and his daughter. No, my bad. God bless. Him and his son.
Yeah.
Him and his son, and his son's and his baby mama, I think, is in it as well.
I mean, Drake with no beard back in the day, like it looked like those camera footages, like the
But it's all the same quality.
yeah.
It's crazy. It's almost like he had like a guy similar to like the guy that did the Kanye West documentary with him. So that's an early Drake.
You said to mute it, right?
Yeah, I got to mute it here too though. Started from the bottom.
Okay, hear it, but I put it down.
Oh, you can hear it?
Yeah, I put it down. No, it's straight now.
You see the Bugatti when he first bought the Bugattis, his first mansions. Nothing was the same. Doing the track listing, his first big tours, headlining tours,
That's wild, yo.
everything. You see the trajectory of Drake's career. His mother, Sandra Graham,
40 in the stew.
amazing. The More Life tour with the neon lights. Certified Lover Boy tour, his son being born. Adonis in the car with him,
That's crazy.
drinking milk. Adonis on stage. This is a tour I went to. when he had the iPhone stage. I went on that tour. It was a whole iPhone stage.
That's legendary right there.
So now it's fast forwarding to like, you know, the jet, the new lifestyle he lives right now. It's gonna go to him and 21 Savage.
Bro, he said he got 4
Right
beds
there.
on that jet.
That's wild.
Bro, that's a little bit. He
That's
probably
not
got
even.
40.
Isn't it a 727? Isn't
Him and
it
Lil
a
Yachty. Him and Lil Yachty in the studio. This was him at the Apollo. It's all a blur. So he's probably looking back at his life,
His
right?
life a blur, yeah.
This is literally his mission statement right now. It's all a blur. It's all a blur. This shit happened so fast, and then he's telling Lil Yachty, I've been thinking about a graceful exit. I've been planning my exit. What's going on, bro? You're supposed to be the #1 top dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Are you saying fuck that lifestyle? You don't care about being #1 no more?
I mean, he's been #1 for how long?
I feel like he also wants
decade.
to not. He also probably wants to leave before he's no longer #1.
Yeah.
Before somebody else reaches that spot, he probably wants to get out so that his legacy is not like tarnished by anybody else.
And I don't get that because when music is so like, bro, if you like that person and you like that song, there's no rankings. It's just like, yo, that song is nice and that song is nice.
Yeah.
So it sucks that sometimes these artists don't want to put stuff out because it's like, damn, I'm going to fall down in some rankings.
Yeah.
Like, you're a legend, bro. You've been doing, you know, your thing for a while. It's like, man, that's crazy, though.
Listen.
It might be the last tour, though. We might have to go, though, bro. No bullshit.
That's what I'm trying to do, bro. I'm trying to see what the fuck I do.
We got a scheme on that shit.
Try to sneak in there or something, try to get some free tickets. But there the question lies. Is Drake retiring? What do you guys think? This seems like a retirement tour. I don't know. It's giving weird vibes. But at the same time, I do want to get more new Drake music. Will we get more music this year? I feel like he will. He always drops.
At least one more.
But is it going to be the one that people have been wanting? We've been wanting a one album, 10 tracks, let's say, average, to have one producer do the whole album. Give it a classic feel.
And just him, yeah.
That would be hard.
Yeah.
Him and 40 got
That
just
formula
ended, yeah.
works, bro. Like Hit Boy and Nas,
Yeah.
that formula works. The thing is, that's Nas. So if you respect Nas, you like it, but it's not gonna be top charting, top streaming.
Yeah.
But let's say Drake gets with one producer, a Metro Boomin, a Hit Boy, to
yeah.
do a whole album.
Him and Metro would be crazy.
That'd be
Bro.
a nasty one.
Jim Jones looking like a green light.
So here we have Jim Jones saying that Drake is the greatest rapper of all time. Shout out to my boy Jordan Rose over there at Complex. Jordan Rose, my boy, he interviewed him, and I was impressed. I was like, wow, Jordan got the Jim Jones interview, but he's interviewed a lot of people, but he's more like an article writer. But now Jordan's been transitioning into video, doing more video stuff for the company. So that's dope as hell for him. And I'm like, this is a huge W. So here we have him interviewing Jim Jones, and Jim Jones said a very controversial statement that's gone viral over the weekend when it comes to Drake.
The relevancy that he keeps showing year after year, hit after hit, record after record. Any record that he has put out has seemed to go multiple platinum. Like that's never has happened before in this history. I mean, there's a few other people that do astronomical numbers like that, but he really in it. Like, you know what I mean? From all angles of music. It ain't no place you can't go that they not gonna play some Drake records to get the party started. He moving around here like the real Bruce Wayne. Like he's my spirit animal, man. I just gotta give credit where credit is due, and not taking away from nobody else. Like what Jay has done to this game is astronomical. Like you dig, like he's like the Michael Jordan space in this game for what he has put on and what he has done since he came in the game and where he's at right now. But it would have definitely been like Drake or Weezy or Tupac.
But just recognizing, like how you just pointed out with Drake, it's just like some things are
It's
undeniable.
half these kids don't know no J records.
That's a
They
fact.
not quoting no J records. You heard? They quoting all Drake.
Where does Drake stand in hip hop history?
I would say he's the greatest of all time.
So, what do you guys think? In my opinion, bro, I swear to God, I've been thinking about this lately too. I'm like, yo, if Drake, obviously, God forbid, but if there were be the case where, you know, God forbid, tap on wood, but let's say tomorrow, breaking news, Drake has passed away.
Damn.
Same day he passes away, everyone's going to be posting that he's the greatest rapper of all time.
Yeah.
Because you cannot deny the effect he's had on the industry. He's been a #1 streaming artist always. He has a #1 streaming debut of all time. His numbers are uncomparable. Like, it's insane, right? He's half black, half white. So he's universal. He messes with every crowd. He's taken to a very pop level before, and he's taken it to a very, you know, gutter level He'll tap in with the streets. He'll have songs with Lil Baby, songs with Black Boy JB, like people that were coming up in the streets. Their earlier careers makes them stars.
Like he knew he had the ear for everybody, yo. He knew.
Just dropped a house album, house music out, music album, and then right after that, oh, you guys didn't like that? Okay, I got an album with 21. That's phenomenal. Everyone loved. 21 went crazy. Everyone viral. So it's like his effect is insane. If he were to die tomorrow, I feel like everyone would say that he's the greatest rapper of all time. Now, when he mentioned to Jim Jones, he was like, you know, Jay-Z as well. But he's like, these kids are not quoting Jay-Z records. No. I think he obviously has effect. Yeah. Because I've studied the game, etc. And even though I didn't necessarily grow up listening to Jay-Z, I've always acknowledged Jay-Z as the greatest because of the fact that Jay-Z, he doesn't write nothing down, and his bars are just insane. His lyrics are like, what the fuck? You gotta study them. You look back at them, like, what the hell? He said that, and he's still rapping now. He just did a God Did verse, which is incredible, like 7-minute long verse. You know, oh God did. And then what he's done outside of rap, billionaire,
but
that shit.
You got to think though, like Jay-Z's from the '90s, like he's back in the day, like that was his era. So Drake, so far gone's 09. Yeah. This generation now is who's on social media. The 09, I'll say like maybe 05 up.
Yeah.
You know, this is who's really on social media now. So that music from probably 07 to 09 and then up here, that's what we really like are quoting nowadays. So I can see that Drake has been taking over since then. And it's like these people now who are at least are shedding their voice is, you know, the people who are listening to Drake, not really much. Yeah, big artists back in the day.
I think we got to factor in what Victor said too as well, that not only does he make rap music, but he's all around R&B, dance hall, pop. He's all around. So it's like you can't just say he's the great. Like with regards to lyrics, yeah, he has lyrics. I don't know if he's the greatest rapper of all time. I mean, I guess he would be, because right now we're not listening to Jay-Z, we're not listening to anybody else. But I think that I would put him in a category more of like all around best artist in the world, like all around, like no matter what he does, Spanish music, everything, like he's one of the best artists in the world, all around.
Lil Wayne said he's the best of all time, so it's like people who are.
But then you know what I'm saying? When you look at Lil Wayne, you think of a rapper. Like Lil Wayne's a rapper. He's not really singing or he's not doing dance hard, nothing like that. So but when you look at Drake, it's like everything. He's versatile. Like he's everything in one guy.
I think that. When it comes to, like, my favorite rapper of all time, I think is Lil Wayne. I think Lil Wayne's number 1 for me. And I would probably put Drake number 2. You know, my top 3 rappers of all time probably would be Lil Wayne number 1, Drake number 2, and Jay-Z number 3, to be honest. Overall, when it comes to respect, replay value, everything. And Lil Wayne also gets an edge for me because of the fact that we wouldn't get a Drake without Lil Wayne. Yeah. You know, so that's the thing with me there, right? And with Jay-Z, he's by default going to be up there, but I don't play him every day. I respect what he's done. But when it comes to my generation, you know, I don't know. And then, obviously, greatest of all time, you got Drake. If Drake's the greatest of all time, you're saying that he's better than, you know, Eminem. Who else? Tupac, Biggie, Snoop Dogg, you know.
Dre.
Who else would be? Andre 3000.
Oh my God, yeah, that's kind of crazy, right?
That's where it's a controversial statement. But I swear to God, if he were to die tomorrow, I'm telling you, everyone would say that he is, bro. I'll be here on camera crying, saying that Drake is the greatest if he were to die tomorrow. I swear to God, I'll be in here crying like a bitch. And I'm not even. It wouldn't even be a bitch. It would be just like real life. Like everyone would be crying. God forbid that would have happened, but that's how I feel. I swear to God. But
he impacted us OD. Like Drake had an album for every moment in our life. No bullshit. That's it.
And I feel like lyrical, he doesn't necessarily get his credit where it's due, but I feel like it's his fault as well. Like he'll give you an album where some songs will be lyrical and then some are not. It's like that's why people want an album where it's just straight lyrical, because we know you can take it there. Stop giving us blue balls. Stop teasing us. Stop teasing us. What are you dick pulling? What are you doing? Like go off. But then he'll just give us some songs with some going off shit, some not going off shit. He's teasing people. Yeah. But I don't know. I think that Drake could be argued. It could definitely be argued as the greatest of all time. Like, you know, but I don't know. It's so crazy. Like he said it recently where it's like he's reached so much success that you know, the more you love, the more you're hated. Because, you know, a lot of people obviously see him as like corny. Yeah. He's like, oh, whatever. But it's Drake, man. Yeah. Like, he's universal. Like, you know?
It's like they can't believe that's the guy who's... And it's weird. It's like, because he put in the work. He put in the work to be that guy. So it's like, why people still hating on him? And
people be like, oh, his numbers are just high because it's Drake. Not necessarily. There's also quality there. Because even if, let's say you might not like an album, you're going to like at least one of the songs on the album. Yeah. And you're going to listen to one of the songs, you're going to appreciate it. You're going to be like, damn, this is why this shit works, huh? Or if not, let's say you don't like it. You're going to be around some girls, and they're going to be 21. Can you do something for me? All the guys online, Drake's gay. 21, will you do something for me? He sounds kind of sus. The girls don't give a fuck. 21. They got the hook out. Can you do something for me? What are you going to tell the girls? Take that shit off.
Take it off. Nah. Put on Ice Spice and Pink Panthers.
I wouldn't mind that. They're going to stand there and sing with the girls, bro, because they want the girls.
That's exactly. But that's what's funny, though, is like, we're going to roast him because he's a guy, but then let's say that Ice Spice and Pink Panther song, bro, the guys will bump that shit.
People, it's like when like certain people can't find anything wrong with his artistry, they try to like go at his personality. It's like, bro, if you like his music, like his music. Don't like his music because you like think he's this person. Like his music because you like his music. It's bullshit. With all respect due, you know. Let's talk about also, this was news that broke, bank failures. So it was bank failures that happened over the weekend. Huge news that just happened. Banks fails. What you say? Cyber attacks that they're not trying to say are cyber attacks. You think so? That's one of your conspiracy theories? Shit, bro. I mean, when the shit happened a couple months ago, where like people losing money out of their bank accounts and shit, I think that was definitely a cyber attack, and they just didn't want to say it. Listen, I wouldn't be mad at that. I think that's a good theory right there.
I think it's just the banks knowing something's gonna happen, and the guys like, "Yep, I'm gonna take all that bread from."
Oh, you mean like you think like the recession?
Man, that shit, and then they email, "Oops, they hacked us." Yeah, they got into it.
Yeah.
Come on now, bro. You one of the biggest banks. Like, you crazy, bro.
Listen, but let's watch this video real quick that CoffeeZilla, a YouTuber, made today. A quick video basically explaining kind of what happened. And also, pardon our ignorance, we are not financial experts. This is not Earn Your Leisure. This is not EYL. Go shout to them. Go check them out. But we want to talk about it because it's happening. It's, you know, it could affect us.
Yeah,
to be honest. Thankfully, we don't got none of these banks.
I'm about to take out my money tonight. Yo, fuck it, I can't. I don't know.
Stacks under the mattress.
Put it in the bed, under the bed. Go back to the old school banks.
Shoebox money, yeah.
Two of the largest bank failures in history happened this week. But before we talk about why, I have a question. Why is Jim Cramer so good at being so bad at his job? Just months before they both collapsed, he said this.
These are never, ever talked about. Why? Because it's too boring? I like to make money. Boring is good. Watch out for Signature Bank. That's my fave. SVB Financial, don't you want? This company's a merchant bank with a deposit base that Wall Street has been mistakenly concerned about. This morning, we witnessed the second largest bank failure in American history, which naturally created a wave of fear as the day went on.
He sounds scared.
He had his money in that bank.
Yo, he's the NASDAQ, topping 1.76%.
He's so tight. Now, I have to admit,
I'm sorry. He definitely had his money.
You didn't see that face at the end, bro?
He had his money.
Yeah.
He lost millions.
Fuck no strip club tonight.
Because that's the thing. So with these banks, specifically the ones that collapsed, SVB, and Silicon Valley Bank, and then the Signature Bank. These were banks that people were amping up and like promoting. Specifically, this man right here on the Mad Money program. And people were like, you know, support. So it wasn't just like regular banks. It was banks that were also being pumped like, yo, these are good banks. Yeah. And those are the banks that crashed. But here we have him talking more about it.
Now, I have to admit, he has a way with sound effects. Now I understand why they call it Mad Money. But there is one thing Jim Cramer isn't wrong about, which I know is shocking.
It's like a green
Fear is in the air. And many are worrying, is my bank safe? So today I thought we'd break it all down. The recent collapses, why the government has announced a special bailout, why some people are happy with it and others are mad, and, of course, what's next. Let's start with the facts. 3 major banks in the United States have failed in a short period of time: Silvergate, Signature Bank, and Silicon Valley Bank. Now, Silvergate was the smallest with about $11 billion in assets. Signature was like the mid-sized one, and Silicon Valley Bank was the largest. Now, Silvergate and Signature Bank were well known in the crypto space, while Silicon Valley Bank was massive in the tech startup world. However, despite their differences, these banks failed for similar reasons at a high level, which is this: they all experienced a run on the banks when too many people demand too much money too fast, and the banks don't have cash on hand. Now, I want to make something clear. It would be easy to draw the comparison to the crypto crash in 2022 when several crypto companies like FTX collapsed.
That's exactly what I was
but there's
thinking.
an important difference. Companies like FTX were insolvent. When there was a run on their banks, they had no money to give. Whereas the banks we're talking about were illiquid, meaning they had the money, but when they had the bank run, some of it was locked up in long-term assets like bonds. Now, to be clear, these are not the same things at all. But things can get a little fuzzy in the details. For example, when a bank run happens, what can start as a liquidity problem can become an insolvency problem if the bank has to sell what they have for cash. And let me explain. One of the safest investments is considered to be treasury bonds. Your grandparents probably invest in it. Banks invest in them, both for the same reason. They provide a stable rate of return. So say you're Signature Bank, right? You've got billions of dollars in customer assets. Where do you put it? Well, into treasury bonds, which let's say earn you 1% a year. You keep some cash on hand for withdrawals, but you figure, look, if I need to sell these, I can sell my bonds, right? But what happens if interest rates rise really quickly? Well, suddenly you have this 5-year bond you bought a year ago, which gives you 1% a year. But now the government is selling the same 5-year bond and offering 5%. Because of that, now your bond's value on the open market drops. It's no longer even worth what you paid for it because it's giving less interest than other bonds. And so if you try to sell that, well, now you lose money. Now, to be clear, if you held the bond to maturity, well, you would still make that 1% and not lose anything. But when depositors are asking for cash, it's simply not an option to hold on. Now, I know that seems complicated, but the essence of it is this. Banks were forced to sell long-term assets that they didn't want to sell, like bonds, and they took losses because of these bank runs. Because of that, what started as a liquidity crisis became an insolvency crisis, and that's why they got shut down, because they weren't going to be able to service all those withdrawals. So now what, right? Doesn't the government guarantee bank deposits? Why are we even talking about this? Well,
a damn ad.
What is a home warrant?
A damn ad. Thank God we could skip them.
The FDIC insures up to $250,000 per account. However, at places like Silicon Valley Bank, they had a lot of accounts with a lot more than that. Because as we spoke of, they hosted a lot of venture capital startups that might have had anywhere from $10 to $50 million in there. And suddenly, that company, which was healthy yesterday, now can't get access to that money and can't meet payroll because their bank had failed. And this triggered a huge response from many in Silicon Valley to call for depositors to have their money guaranteed, with people like Jason Calacanis saying, you should be absolutely terrified right now. That is the proper reaction to a bank run and contagion. Guarantee all deposits up to $10 million or this will spiral into chaos. And comments like this sparked a huge debate on whether the government should or would get involved. Ultimately, with the answer coming on Sunday when the U.S. Treasury said this, quote, depositors will have access to all of their money. And there you have it. The U.S. government is stepping in to save not only Silicon Valley Bank, but also Signature Bank as well. They did this citing a systemic risk exception, which really boils down to a single idea. Please don't panic, guys. Please don't take out your money. Ultimately, the U.S. government doesn't want you worried about your bank deposits. However, not everyone saw this as a win. Many were quick to point out that, once again, the government only seems to step in to help a certain type of person. Quote, Mark Cuban, bail out Silicon Valley Bank tonight. Feds, approved. Goldman Sachs needs $824 billion, approved. JP Morgan Chase needs $416 billion. Approved.
Dang.
Average Joe, my wife has cancer. Can we get Medicare? We're broke. Now, I do have to tell you that those in favor of the Fed's actions will tell you that this is an unfair characterization, that it's not the super rich getting bailed out. They'll point out that this isn't a traditional bailout at all because it only applies to the depositors, and that executives Landy of courts, quote, the ability of these banks to fly under the radar in the U.S. was no accident. Greg Becker, SVB's CEO, lobbied U.S. officials several years ago to raise the asset threshold at which banks would be considered systemically important. So let's get this straight. They faced less regulatory scrutiny because they weren't systemically important, according to them, but when everything goes wrong, they're systemically risky and must be bailed out. It's a classic case of wanting it both ways. Now, again, this isn't the same as the full bailouts we saw in 2008. And regardless of whether you land on whether there should have been or should not have been a bailout, the idea that systemically risky banks should get special treatment and regular banks, I guess, don't, sends a pretty clear signal. If you're rich, you should move your money into banks that are too big to fail. Otherwise, you run a systemic risk of ending up on Jim Cramer, feeling like this.
Yeah.
So we have it. CoffeeZilla. I love CoffeeZilla breaking down the situation. But did he even really talk about, like, so people were taking their money out, but did he talk about why? Not necessarily, right? People are just taking their money out probably because of the economy right now, how everything is right now.
Everybody needs money, man.
Everyone needs money right now.
It's scary, bro. Like, we learned from the last recession, like, yo, if you have all your money in the bank and one day you could be broke.
Yeah,
like, out of nowhere, there's no warning, really. And it's tough, man. Like, I'm already thinking, I looked at the account, I'm like, let me go take out my $800 real quick, yo, because that's scary, bro. Like,
yeah,
they can easily, you deposit in 50,000 and that's not even your money, really. Like, you go, yo, I need 20,000, and then they're like, oh, let me just see if I got it.
Yeah.
I just deposited 50 like yesterday. Like, what do you mean?
That's why you can't. That's why when you go to banks and you ask for like 50,000, they be having you like to call someone and like sign something and all that. It takes you like 3 hours to get your money, but it takes them 5 minutes to take all your money, bro. It's crazy.
It's insane. No, it's really, 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 really insane. But that's
and the
life,
fact that
man.
they invest with your money is even crazier.
Yeah.
They don't invest their own money; they invest your money.
You're really giving them money to flip.
Literally,
that's crazy, and not even get back. That's crazy.
Bro, that's why banks is like it's a genius. It's a genius business until something like this happens, where it's like, oh, sorry guys, you know, too much money left, so we can't pay you guys because we have money. We took out money for them, but blah blah blah. So that's a huge issue right now. That was wild, but it's been a wild past like year. I feel like with the business, with FTX, crypto, everything, you know, everything happening. So it's a matter of time for more of this stuff to keep adding up. You know, it just started, but it didn't really. You know, let's hope that doesn't affect Bank of America though. That's
facts.
Or I don't want to say that's my bank, but let's say Citizens Bank. You know what I'm saying? But let's also talk about, what is this, sports news? Right? No, Jimmy Kimmel real quick. Okay, so Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel. During the Oscars, Jimmy Kimmel had a skit where he came at the January 6th footage that came out by Tucker Carlson. So this was a joke that he made kind of like in response to Tucker Carlson that went viral.
Do amazing things. Editors can turn 44,000 hours of violent insurrection footage into a respectful sightseeing tour of the Capitol. Editors.
Because, you know, for those who don't know, we'll play, I think, what was I going to play? One of the clips from January 6th here. Yeah, right here. So, for those who don't know, Tucker Carlson, the political pundit, whatever you want to call him, the very entertaining man. I think he's very controversial, but I'm not going to lie. I think he's also very entertaining when I watch him. He says a lot of things I just be laughing. Like, he's be saying some wild shit. I'm like, he has to be joking. Like, he's so entertaining. And that's why they got him there, because it works, right, for ratings. But Tucker Carlson, who I've watched a lot of his clips all the time, had this privilege of getting access to the January 6th riots, quote-unquote riot footage, raw tapes. You know, footage that even people that were on trial, etc., never got to see. Oh, wow. Their lawyers never got to see. He got the raw footage for whatever reason. I'm not even sure how, but it's good that the media got it, but now people are like, oh,
it's a little late.
It's the Republicans that got it too, because it's Fox News, Tucker Carlson that got it. So people are like, maybe it landed in the wrong hands, because now they're gonna do whatever they can, whatever they want with this footage. They can portray an image, sort of say, right? But to be honest, you can argue that with some of the things he says, but obviously a lot of the other stuff is just factual. One of the things was this footage right here with the shaman, the guy that went viral.
Conspiracy theorist, right? Dressed in outlandish called
the shaman. He was the one that had like the Native American clothing, face paint. He was like a shaman, and he was the one that went the most viral. You guys will recognize him right here. But there was footage of him just walking around casually in there. You know, at first people thought like this guy was like going crazy, you know, breaking in. But there's footage of him just being led by the police inside, just walking casually. So this is the footage right here.
The single most famous person arrested that day was a Navy veteran from Arizona called Jacob Chansley, often referred to as the QAnon shaman.
The so-called QAnon shaman. QAnon shaman.
Someone named Q Shaman.
Jacob Chansley became the face of January 6th, a dangerous conspiracy theorist dressed in outlandish costume who led the violent insurrection to overthrow American democracy. For these crimes, Chansley was sentenced to nearly 4 years in prison, far more time than many violent criminals now receive. What did Jacob Chansley do to receive this punishment? To this day, there is dispute over how Chansley got into the Capitol building. But according to our review of the internal surveillance video, it is very clear what happened once he got inside. Virtually every moment of his time inside the Capitol was caught on tape. The tapes show that Capitol Police never stopped Jacob Chansley. They helped him. They acted as his tour guides. Here's video of Chansley in the Senate chamber. Capitol Police officers take him to multiple entrances and even try to open locked doors for him. We counted at least 9 officers who were within touching distance of unarmed Jacob Chansley. Not one of them even tried to slow him down. Chansley understood that Capitol Police were his allies. Video shows him giving thanks for them in a prayer on the floor of the Senate. Watch.
Thank you, Heavenly Father, for giving the inspiration needed to these police officers to allow us into the building.
Contrast the reality of what Jacob Chansley did in the Capitol building on January 6th, the indisputable facts recorded on video, some of which...
So people, even his lawyer, his own lawyer didn't see a lot of this footage. He's like, we didn't even see this. Like, what the heck? So potentially he might be getting exonerated. He might be leaving jail more than likely. I would hope so, right? But the thing is this, so... It doesn't negate the fact, though, that it wasn't necessarily an insurrection or a riot. You could still argue that, especially when you see the footage from outside, people climbing things, breaking in. You know, even though not everyone broke in, some people might have been helped by the cops. It doesn't mean that it wasn't necessarily an insurrection, like the overall thing. So that's the issue with Tucker Carlson, where people are like, and I do feel that way, where it's like, I respect what he's doing. Like, okay, you're the media, but then you're also trying to maybe control the narrative and change it. Not maybe, he literally is trying to control the narrative, and it's smart because it works. Like, all these millions of people watch this and they're like, damn, it wasn't an insurrection then, it was a myth, you know. But it's like, no, it was, but the politicians did lie to us at the same time. They didn't tell us about this guy. They didn't tell us about certain facts, you know, that they were actually helping people in there. They weren't as transparent as they should have been, and that's the issue. And these politicians lied. A lot of these, even afterwards, they lied. And they need to be held accountable. But I'm all for being, quote unquote, anti-establishment, anti-government. I'm not necessarily leaning towards a side with that. I'm just, you know, I don't think that's necessarily a political, I don't think that's like Republican or Democratic type of stance. Like when it comes to, you know, fuck the government.
Facts.
Fuck the government. Like, look at they're lying. They be lying to us in our face. And like, we were trying to kind of be worried about them. Like, oh my God, they were at the Capitol. That's fucking crazy. If we were there, if it was black kids, you know, people of color, they would have shot us.
Facts.
But then, hold up, maybe not. Maybe they wouldn't have shot us because they let this guy in and walked him around. Maybe.
Well, also, brother, his skin is white.
Yeah, he's very white.
He's very white.
And
we did have face
you
paint.
know who
he
was
looked kind of blue.
Trump wasn't the president, right? But he was saying
he was the president at that time.
He was the president
because he's the one that did the speech. Remember?
Yeah. So I mean, shit. It looked like he told the cops too. It looked like he could have been like, "Yo, just let a couple of them, you know, guide through whatever."
Yeah, because Trump tweeted. There was footage of that went viral as well of this same guy, the shaman. He tweeted something. Trump basically telling people to stop, and he read it out to the people, the shaman in the crowd. He was like, Trump, our president said we need to relax, blah, blah, blah. Let's go home. Let's all go home. But everyone wasn't listening to him, obviously, so people were just going, bonkers. But I think it was a mixed crowd. There was obviously some people that might have had some good intentions, but at the end of the day, look it, man. Like, because I believe it's open to the public, but not like that.
Yeah.
You can visit it properly, but not like that.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if it's open anymore, probably because of everything that happened, but that was, a moment in time that people think that now, because of this Tucker Carlson footage and everything, might have been blown out of proportion. Like, maybe it wasn't as bad as we thought. It wasn't a deadly riot, insurrection. I don't know. I feel like it still kind of was. Like, obviously this happened and certain other clips have gone viral, but
I mean, people died too.
People still died. This officers died. People died. I think afterwards there was officers that committed suicide after this because they faced so much scrutiny, threats. They were scared, traumatized from this experience that they, committed suicide. But not these, I guess, that were there letting this guy. There was like a group of them. There was he said like 9 of them. That was a bunch of officers just letting him walk by. But we have people like Jimmy Kimmel and other people making jokes of it, which people are going to have their opinion about.
That was a coup, bro. Whether they say it or not, that was an attempt at a coup. I mean, they weren't going to take over the government, but I'm pretty sure if they would have found someone in there that they didn't like in the government, they would have done something to them.
Because they were threatening to, kill Nancy Pelosi or something. They went into her office, I don't think Tucker Carlson has talked about that yet, but every week he's kind of been revealing more and more footage because it's 44,000 hours of footage?
That's crazy.
Jesus Christ.
It's just crazy that it's been all this time and this still isn't, dealt with in a way. You know what I mean? Like, they got some people in jail and stuff, but, bro, if that would have been, anybody else going into the White House like that, they would have all been shot dead.
Yeah. Ooh, 100%.
That's crazy.
100%. That's we
wouldn't even have gotten to jump the first gate or anything that. Like, it would have been over.
I agree. I could see, though, with the footage and everything, where people might argue against that, but with my experience, fucking get pulled over by cops, they yell at me. So I'm pretty sure that wouldn't have gone perfectly well. Even though there was some black people in there, it was probably a couple. I saw them.
Nah, they weren't black.
Like whitewashed.
And there was some people from Rhode Island there too. I know there was one guy.
Nah,
for sure.
they weren't from Rhode Island.
we don't claim them yet.
We don't know those people, but yeah, comment down below. If you hate us, you hate us. Every time we talk about politics, they always go bonkers. We're just talking about the news,
the way
man.
he put his fist was mad funny.
We're young Americans. We come in peace.
Damn, I don't even know if I like saying I'm American anymore, bro.
I mean, you are, man.
I am, but you know what I'm saying? No, I'm saying, but America, bro, when you think about it, we're really a trash-ass country, bro.
Oh, no, we are.
We're really a trash-ass country.
We are better than a lot of them.
Yeah, that's true. But it's just because we have money and we have the...
healthcare, what else? EBT, all that shit. You go to all these places, you don't got that shit.
We're good in freedom.
Yeah, that's basically all, yeah. Besides that.
We got rights.
We got rights, yeah.
You go to Cuba.
Aside from that.
You got to do what they say.
It's pretty shit.
But financially, the way that, the government in the United States does not care about its citizens at all. All they care about for you is the stupid vote. That doesn't mean anything at the end of the day. Or if it does, whatever, if you think it does. But it's crazy, man. There's a lot of people out here suffering, and the shit we spend money on, sending rockets to space, and just doing dumb shit.
All that money going to Ukraine. We don't know what's
all
going
the money
on.
going to Ukraine when we got a bunch of people dying and shit. It's just crazy, bro.
No, it's nuts.
I can't understand how government officials will sit up there and know that their decisions will affect people in certain ways and still go ahead and do it. Just heartless.
It's nuts.
It's wild.
And I feel like it's always going to be that way. No matter who you vote for, they're going to be presidents that are going to try to do some change, be radical about it. But it's never going to be a perfect country because, man, they're always going to be, go into their more selfish side. They got to please a crowd. They
the United States has a system already built, and they're not trying to change that at all.
Exactly.
Man, we legit have two sides.
Yeah.
As to who's going to run the country. How are we going to be in unison?
Yeah, exactly.
You're a Republican, and I'm a Democrat, supposedly. Now we got to split our...
Now you got to hate each other, supposedly.
And then there's a lot of people who are not even in politics, like Elon Musk, that has given, some things to say, yo... We can power up the whole United States with a block of Utah with solar power, stuff like that. And it's why aren't the government listening to that stuff? But it's because it's power, it's money. They're gonna lose a lot doing that.
And they don't care about our well-being. They care about their well-being. Yeah. That's all that matters. The government, bro, we could all die tomorrow, and the government will be like, all right, let's just get some people to start having more kids, and let's just... Now we can fix the recession. We're good. Let's go. We're good. They don't give a fuck, bro. It's crazy.
It's sad,
That's guaranteed. But moving on to more other news right here, a bit more lighthearted, but still dark in some moments. Sports recap. So right now in NBA, the Lakers are winning a lot without LeBron. Lakers are doing great. Shout out to the Laker Nation.
Push, I think, right?
They're making that playoff push. You know, they're already in the play-in. They might make it to, top, playoff contention without needing the play-in game.
Yeah.
That'll be fire, right? Aside from that, the baseball games happening right now. The WBC. What does that stand for again? The
World Baseball Classics.
World Baseball Classics.
Go DR.
Let's go, man.
Dominican Republic.
Shout out
playing.
JP.
Are they playing tonight?
Shout out JP, Jeremy Pena.
They played already. They beat Nicaragua, I think
Nicaragua,
it was.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they beat Nicaragua after
Yeah, Venezuela smacked Puerto Rico, though, 9-1.
Bro,
Venezuela might take it
That's
off.
a scary team.
They're probably going to take it off.
Chill, bro. Plátano power.
I mean,
I don't know, man.
we didn't have enough plátanos that day. Pause. You know that shit.
They must have ate some white food that day.
Yeah,
Had
Venezuela
some
might take it all.
hamburgers and shit.
Venezuela might take it all, man.
Yeah, it's scary.
But speaking of other players and sports and basketball specifically, the mother, let me not swear. God bless. But let me read the article. The gun-toting...
The gun-toting.
The gun-toting booty bender. John Morant himself, according to New York Post. That's what they call him. The gun-toting...
Booty bender? What the fuck?
He's the hood avatar. He's a booty bender.
The booty bender. He bends booties with his hands. Never heard nothing like this in my life.
Yo.
But John Morant spent $50,000 at the strip club, and New York Post and whoever else was the insider, I guess the strip club right here, Shogun Willie's, raunchy Shogun Willie's in Glendale, Colorado. They released the photos.
Nigga at a strip club in Glendale, Colorado.
Bro.
It's after a game, too, I think it was.
Mm-hmm. I think it was after the win, because they had 2 games, I think, out there, back-to-back, something like that.
Who's in Colorado? What team is that?
Denver. Right?
Yeah, the Nuggets. Yep,
the Nuggets.
Yep.
I think they were facing the Nuggets, right? Because they lost, I think, the day that he went on live. So I think it was the second day. So the same strip club, I believe, but he went there back-to-back 2 nights. But look at this. First of all, obviously, if you're going to a strip club, you're going to be throwing money. So he's not doing anything necessarily wrong.
Yeah.
It's just when you add it to everything that's happened now, they're just trying to paint the picture even dirtier of him, right? And they're trying to be, I guess, opportunist when it comes to articles. They're paying for this. It's going to get clicks. They know what they're doing, right? It's marketing for the business, the news company, because I've never seen that ever. Like, why are they releasing that photo? I've never seen photos of, like, people at strip clubs, celebrities being released. That's never, ever happened.
Well, I think so, too. They had to release that just because the gun, that was when he flashed the gun in that strip club.
So they're probably investigating that same strip club.
Yeah.
Oh, he was in the strip club when he was on live?
Yeah,
bro,
when he was on Instagram live.
Stupid, bro.
That'll make sense. They probably got way more footage than this.
Yeah, for sure.
But the photo came out right here. It said transfixed by the... He was transfixed by the backboard of a G-string clad brunette. Stratting his lap inside of the VIP room. Well, who wrote this article?
Yo, facts.
This is crazy wording.
Like some crazy detailed ass words.
The 23-year-old point guard, blah, blah, blah. The room full of money, literally a pile. You need a rake, said the club insider. Wow.
That's crazy.
They have the photos. Yeah, the photos are right here. Look at the photos.
50,000 in ones, though? Shit, that's a lot of money, bro.
And that's just for that one stripper, or there was more girls in there?
She looked like she was by herself. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you look at the photo, he's focused though.
The
for
booty
sure.
bender.
You know how fucking stupid you have to be to blow 50 racks on a stripper, bro?
Yeah, that's
he
horrible
They
finance.
said
One
he just
stripper?
resigned, too. I mean, 250 mil. You just got a contract.
Fuck them
I think-
250
I think
mils,
that-
bro.
I think
On
that
a
50K
stripper, bro, on a girl, you
Look at
gonna
his
spend
face.
50 racks?
He's focused,
But that
bro.
$50 is like $1 to
He's focused.
the
He's
booty
focused.
bender. For real.
And then look at the wings. Look at this, like pizza, some good ass food right here.
Food probably smell like fish.
Smell straight
And you
ass
got
in
his
there.
Casamigos bottle that he loves. There was a video. He goes on live on the plane from time to time and just drinks from the Casamigos bottle.
Casamigos.
Straight up.
Damn.
He's not getting no sponsors, bro.
He's a savage, bro. He's a savage, man. But listen, he's 23 years old, living his best life. God bless him, right? Single, right? But a stripper said, this is the funniest quote, that took forever to count. Why is a stripper snitching?
Yeah, for real.
What's
I would
going
be
on?
happy as shit counting out the whole night. Yo, what,
The
50
music was
bands,
very,
bro?
very gangster.
Yeah, she said he was there to party. He wanted some girls in the room. The music was very, very gangster. Jesus Christ, man. Look at this. Shotgun Willie's.
Damn.
What kind of, bruh?
$20 cover, $10 cover. Wow.
That's how he brought the gun, yo. He was like, Shotgun Willies, I gotta bring my 9.
Shotgun Willie's bent up there.
Playing,
Man. But to go to the update, there's actually an update that happened while we were about to record in here with John Morant. Aside from him doing this, you know, God bless him. There's an update. Where's the article link? Right here. About John Morant going to... Oh, no. Well, this is also, let's add this. So Coca-Cola has discontinued the John Morant Powerade ads. The advertisement, the commercial, they put a pause to it momentarily, supposedly. They might drop him.
No, that's already his first sponsorship.
Because he signed that contract, I think, a couple days before he went live. Literally. It's like you just put ink on the... it's still wet. The ink's still wet on the paper. You just signed that, fresh off that contract. And you do that? Like, bro, you got to think with a clear conscience, man. But maybe that's why, you know, we have him now doing counseling, they're saying, allegedly, right, in Florida. But they reported as a 60-second ad, a minute long, that's been made. You know, they made it private. They've hidden it now. It's not being aired anymore online. But, you know, Powerade might pull the plug on him. And Coca-Cola owns Powerade, for those who don't know.
And what's next? Nike.
Nike would be the next one.
Bro, that's just tough, bro. You just got a bag to lose it. Like, that's crazy, man.
I think he's not thinking long term either. Like, he's thinking, oh, I got 250 mil, bro. This is like your second year.
He's in Memphis too, though.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he's playing ball, but that city is crazy. Like, everybody pretty much around there got guns and stuff, and
I think this is like the perfect example of like somebody who wanted to be rich all their life and now they're rich and they're just risking it on stupid shit. Like, instead of looking at
it's the crowd you around too, man.
Yeah.
It's people don't look like they're thinking about the money. They don't think about that.
They're not thinking about him. They're not thinking about like his future and like they're just trying to get lit, and that's like not the crowd to be with.
Because also, it's not even just about you getting banned from like Powerade or something, bro. If fans don't like you, you're not. Nobody cares about you in the NBA. If fans don't like you, if you're not, even if you're putting up a good game, like if people aren't going to see you because they don't like your personality, it's gonna fuck up your whole game. The NBA is not gonna want to rock with you as heavy as they did before.
And the picture is just gonna keep getting worse and worse because you have the gun stuff. You have him celebrating at the games. Whenever one of his teammates would shoot and make a shot and he's on the sidelines, he'll go like this, shooting with his hands, like he's a shooter, and like he'll fall back. Like, bro, you're not John Wick. You're not John Wick either. You're John Morant.
He's auditioning.
It's like, bro. So now, and then now we got the real gun. Oh, damn. And now we got the video of him going live, drinking Casamigos bottles, like trending again. The people are like, oh, this guy is like just like. And now we got the strip club thing. So now we have reporting from ESPN Mac Manhan. Memphis Grizzlies guard John Morant has entered a counseling program in Florida, and there remains no timetable for his return to active play. So no timetable for his return for active play. So this is still indefinitely away from the NBA, indefinitely away from the team, but in a counseling program in Florida. Why Florida? I have no idea. But he's there, right? Counseling program. Counseling in what sense? You guys think he's in therapy? Does he have some trauma? Is that what is going, or is this like a cover up for him just being an idiot? Because sometimes people are just idiots. I think he was just being an idiot.
Yeah.
He could have some trauma. I don't know. I wouldn't know him.
But I don't know how trauma relates to you doing dumb shit like that, like putting a gun on his head. Like the strip club thing isn't that serious. There's mad rich people that go to the strip club and blow money. But when you're doing stuff like that, knowing that you're at a level of the NBA where kids are looking at you, kids are following you on Instagram because every kid has a phone now, like you're aware of these things. So when you're doing them, it's like, bro, you're really making just a stupid choice. It's not about how you felt, like no PTSD. You're just literally making a stupid choice. So either you're not thinking about it and we need to send you to counseling for yourself to like force yourself to think straight, or we're going to send you to financial counseling so that you understand what you can do with this money and like how you can build it up.
Yeah, and I feel like they're going to be political with it. Like obviously the Memphis Grizzlies are making a run for the playoffs, for the championship, so they want him back.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if we want to be fair, you guys did all this shit for Kyrie.
Yep.
At this point, I wouldn't be mad if they, to be honest, drop him for the team, at least for the rest of the season. It will make sense to me. I'm like, all right, he made his bet, he got to lay in it. Because look at everything that happened to Kyrie. Nike dropped him, everything. They traded him from the team.
Yeah.
And then Kyrie, because he posted something that was controversial. But this man had a gun.
Yeah.
Literally on Instagram Live, irresponsibly, not caring about it, and then they're still investigating the other stuff where he allegedly punched a 17-year-old at his house, like playing basketball, and that guy's trying to like do something against him.
Supposedly he had an excuse for that. He said that the kid told him, like, flashed him a gun, or he went to his house and came back with a gun. So John Morant had like the
right to protect himself.
Yeah. But it's like it seems like now that he's big, now that he got his money, like he's forgetting who he is. He's like, yo, I'm invincible now.
Yeah.
Like, I understand you get that big, you want to protect yourself, of course. Have people with you that do handle that.
Yeah, you got the money.
You know, you definitely. I have family members that they tell me, yo, if you need anything, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, you definitely got your people, especially with that amount of money. Why are you trying to be the big one, like flashing guns and stuff? You're a basketball player, bro. You're not. Like, come on now.
And then the fact that his pops is around him too, and he's still doing all this dumb shit. It's like, does your dad not talk to you? Is he just as stupid as you that he doesn't speak about like what these mistakes you're making that are gonna cause you your whole career?
And he's not a rookie. John Morant's been in the league for a couple years. Like
it's like 3, 2,
like 3, 4. Like it's been a while. He's not a rookie.
That's that Memphis man.
That's why I'm so shocked. I'm like, this guy's not a rookie. Why is he acting like a rookie?
Rest in peace, Dolph.
Like he hasn't been in this position for a while now.
Yeah.
I think he's just an idiot, man. I don't even think he's trying to be street. Probably, you never know. If he says that one day, like, I was just trying to be street, okay. But I think he's just trying to be an idiot. Because I know people in the streets, like I said before, that are not as dumb as him.
Yeah.
Like, bro, there's people in the streets right now laughing at you. Like, bro, you a clown.
Yeah.
That ain't no gangster shit.
A lot of people saying he's trying to live life in the reverse, yo. He's trying to
go back to the hood.
It's crazy.
He's not trying to leave the hood. He wants to go back.
Man, I wouldn't be shocked. It makes sense. That could be an argument. But I think he's just an idiot.
Man, look, just get your shit together, John Morant. You got too much money, bro. You got such a good life ahead of you. Just enjoy that shit, though.
You're an amazing player, too, man. Like, people love seeing those high-flying dunks. We don't see them since Derrick Rose back in the day. Like, it's refreshing.
Bro.
Come on, man.
You got mad money. You could pay for strippers to come to your house.
Yeah.
Literally. More than one.
You could buy a strip club, bro.
50,000, bro. You know how many strippers you could have? Like, you could have a whole room smelling like guys.
You're always horny.
Crazy,
That's what happens when you're too horny. Rub it out. John Morant.
Rub it out.
And there's a million girls that'll fuck him in his DM. So it's like, bro, it's crazy.
You want to be a rapper, man. You want to be a idiot rapper. You know, even the rappers ain't that idiot too. That's so crazy. I wouldn't be shocked if he drops an album next month. The comeback, a mixtape. But speaking of rapping,
the comeback, and it's a picture of the stripper that was dancing on him with "Come on her back."
Oh, damn! This guy's wild. That'll be hard though. That'll be tough.
Yeah.
Here we have Hit Boy though rapping. Hit Boy rapping coming at Metro Boomin, Mustard, Hitmaka, and Southside. He's dissing all the producers in his rap track.
Homeboys with producers I get compared to, but on this one I want to see him stretched out, extra leg room. I don't really know, dude, he seemed like a cool cat, but I never once heard Metro Boomin do boom bap. I never heard a Southside beat without an 808 in it. HB
You're lying.
driver, but I swerve in every lane with it. I thought the once that he could make that ratchet shit with his eyes closed, but now I'm starting to wonder, can that nigga chop soul? I just seen the spoke on the way. I should do it like trick and snatch hit out his name. I had to
He trying to take Hitmaker's name.
coded the game. I had the coldest of days. I'm like Bieber on his cruiser. How you got no credits without co-producers? Time to get.
How you got no credits without co-producers? He's going in. He's going in. He's going in. I think this is now officially a song to Alchemist. It's an Alchemist beat. But Hit Boy's rapping, doing his thing. But he came at all the producers, man. He's dissing them. And then we had Metro Boomin respond with the tweet.
Metro Boomin ain't getting on no mic,
don't
man.
get no goddamn fuck.
Yeah, I'm a producer, bro. I make beats.
Metro Boomin tweeted this. Stop playing with me before I turn you to a song. The Kendrick Lamar bar from Rich Spirit.
Playing with me before
Before I turn you to a song.
Hey.
So people are connecting that together like, oh. And then this also sparked the Akademiks beef with Metro. Because Akademiks posted this and then Metro commented, please, I told you already, do not post me on this page. Thank you, blah, blah, blah. Akademiks went off. What are you talking about? I can't post you whatever the fuck I want. What the fuck are you talking about? You can't control me. What the fuck are you talking about, Metro Boo? You soft ass. Blah, blah, blah. And he started revealing secrets. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm like,
I can't understand Akademiks' whole
bro, he be teeing,
way
man.
of working, calling people soft as hell, but you be scared as fuck.
Yeah. But he's a reporter, but he's supposed to be the troll.
The troll, bro.
And he's supposed to post. Like, Metro Boomin, you tweeted this. And I thought he deleted this by now. He still has this up. So people are going to connect the dots. Like, why else would you do this? I think Metro Boomin did produce on this album. But did he produce Rich Spirit? No. Right? Let me look it up real quick. Maybe that could be the case.
He probably was just listening and was like, "Ooh, that's a perfect line."
I hope it's like friendly banter because Metro Boomin's one of the best producers out right now. So I don't know what.
It's legit a beat maker diss. Like another beat maker hopped on a song, not even an artist. So it's like, is that the first ever beat maker diss? Like,
Metro Boomin didn't produce Rich Spirit.
He didn't, nah. But yeah, that's
that might be the first one.
First,
it probably is. I never heard of
He's
him.
probably trying to start a new wave. Like, yo, these beat makers, we can beat battle.
Yeah.
But what's a beat battle? Let me see if you can go on your songs.
Yeah. I like Hit Boy. I think he's a decent rapper. I don't think he's necessarily like obviously gonna be the next Kanye West. Like he's gonna be a dictionary. Like you know what I'm saying. But I think he's decent. I don't think he's necessarily bad. I think he's pretty good, and he's been open to. I gotta reach out again, but he's been open to the idea of me reacting to his rap album when he drops with me. So I'm still open to that. If Hit Boy would be down, I think it'll be a dope moment. But this would be a perfect rollout. Dissing the Metro Boomin and them.
I think that's probably what.
That's what the rollout is probably starting right now for that Hit Boy album. You know, it's pretty smart for him to do. But who's the best producer of all of them? Metro Boomin?
Damn,
it's funny
bro,
because
it's tough.
He's like saying, yo, this producer can't do this, he can't do that. But you don't go to that producer for that, you know?
Yeah.
You go to Metro Boomin photo samples and things. You go to Mustard for that Cali B hype, you know, club bounce. It's like, so he's really just trying to capture a moment, see if anybody replies, because
he's trying to say they're not diverse enough.
Yeah.
He's like, I know they have their own lanes, but they're not as diverse enough.
And then for them, it's like, okay, like, yo, I still made mad millions off to what I do.
But then, is he more diverse than them?
That's
I mean, Hit Boy does have his catalog.
Yeah, because Hit Boy's done Niggas in Paris, and then he did the Nas album. He's probably
his
more diverse.
Crazy, but also he's also been in the game longer. So
he got songs with Drake. He got hits.
Yeah, he got hits. So I think it would have to be between Hit Boy and Metro. I don't think Mustard really gets into that conversation.
And Hitmaker's been talking too, but Hitmaker's like, he's a great producer. I like his beats. I think he has a lot of hit records, but it feels like Hitmaker's one of those producers. Like I'll say, like right now, name a song Hitmaker produced.
What happened to that boy? I don't know.
I feel like the typical person won't know.
Yeah, if I hear a song,
if you hear it and you be like, okay, but then people know his drop, like Hitmaker, like he has a good drop that people recognize, but and he does more of an R&B side. Like he does some rap, but I don't know.
I think also the thing is we're thinking of it thinking of Hit Boy versus Metro Boomin is that Metro Boomin is tapped into every artist now. Like all the artists that are on right now that are popping, like Future, 21 Savage, they're all doing collabs with Metro Boomin. The Migos, everybody's fucking with Metro Boomin.
That Metro Boomin album, production wise, was
incredible, bro.
Nasty. Yeah,
the Weeknd having all those people on like he's an all around, like everybody works with him. So I feel like you can't really say that he's not versatile.
Well, what I mean is a random guy to mention, but does DJ Khaled go into top producers too and stuff like that?
I don't think DJ Khaled, does he make the beats?
No.
I don't think he makes the
He
beats.
used to make beats.
I think he just.
Oh, he's just executive.
Yeah, I think he's just
I think
producing.
he just executive produces now.
So I think it doesn't count because you could produce, but if you're not making beats, like Metro makes beats, bro, and those beats are.
I can see, yeah.
They work with other co-producers and stuff, and that's what Hit Boy was kind of coming at the end. How you got co-producers credits, blah 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 blah. But for the most part, they can obviously chop shit up themselves. But these are top of the line producers, obviously, right now.
I mean, we've seen him do it on the podcast with Gilly and Waller. We saw him make a disgusting beat in like 7 minutes with a sample.
Man, you know,
incredible.
But that was dope, and the fact that he shouted them all out, dissed them on an Alchemist beat was hard because you had the video going viral. Hit Boy and Alchemist like producing next to each other over the weekend, and that's the song they dropped together. Where it's like they both rapped, but like on each other's beats.
Yeah,
it was genius.
It reminds me of the Kendrick Lamar. What was it? Control. Yeah, he just
went crazy. Yeah.
That's basically the way you could compare it to, you know. But let's see who's gonna talk first. We had Hitmaker did an interview with Jim Jones, and he was calling him out. He's like, "Let's do a versus," you know. But I feel like
producing
Hit Boy probably will win.
Yeah.
Hit Boy will probably win. But then Hitmaker, Hit Boy, the name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the thing with the names, like and they kind of come at each other because of the name. That's why Hit Boy said that in the song. He's like, I should take Hit out your name, blah 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 blah. Because he took the name from him because he's Hit Boy and he's the hit maker.
You think he wrote it, or you think he had?
No, he probably wrote it. Hell yeah, he had to write it, bro.
A little bit of bars in there, no bullshit.
Don't play him. Listen, he might just diss all of us now. Club Ambition podcast.
Might pull up like that guy on that video, yo.
Which one?
The one you sent me where he's like 13 minutes of him spazzing on us for talking about the Drake and XXX does the own thing.
Yo, let's react to that real quick. So there was a guy over the weekend I want to say it was, what was his name? Something. Man, there was a young up and coming YouTuber.
Random
a young page that came at us, alleging us to being connected to the Illuminati, saying that we don't believe in God, and that we're pussies because we don't.
We're scared of Drake.
We're scared of Drake, or we don't want to talk about. We talked about Drake, but we didn't want to talk about it. We kept saying that we were scared. We were scared, and brother, we were scared. Like I said that back to him, I'm like, bro, it's more about the legally. Like, we have to say that we're scared, and we have to say allegedly. Like, we don't know the facts. Like, we're not there. Like.
And we could get a fucking defamation lawsuit if Drake fucks around and sees the podcast. He's like, I didn't do that. They're saying that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the guy really, he went not even going into like the Bible and stuff and religion. Like he was really like spitting Bible verses at us. He's like, you fearing this person? You can't. The only person you fear is God. That's it. With God in front of me, you can. I said, relax, bro. We trying to say that the man got billions of dollars potentially and can put a hit on you at any time. Man, I believe in God. If I die, I die, and hopefully I go to heaven, but the man could put a hit on you and he can play God himself at any moment.
Exactly.
That's what we was trying to get at, but the guy was going crazy on us.
Yeah, he wanted us to like become like
with the devil and shit.
He wants us to become like, we want to like risk our lives for like, well, I'll put my life on this. It's like, bro. I wouldn't really put my life on anything that I'm talking about. Like, this is entertainment, bro. We reporting things that we believe, conspiracy theories.
It's just opinions, too. There's opinions flying around. You can't be...
There's opinions, bro. There's opinions. There's no hardcore evidence. People still kept rattling up because Drake posted something about, wish me a happy, thank me for being your father or something on whatever day he posted. And I think it was the day that X died.
Yeah.
But he was referring to the Father's Day because that's the same date of Father's Day.
Wow.
So that's why the bar that Drake posted on his Instagram caption. But people were in the comments like, oh, man, here comes the X thing again. Like, why is he talking about X? It's like, bro, no, he's talking about Father's Day. But then it goes back to our theory where it's like Drake still be gaslighting.
Yeah.
Because he knows people are going to tie that date to that.
Yeah.
Don't even talk about that date, but it could obviously still be coincidences. But are we too pussy to acknowledge it? Like, the guy, what's his name? Let's get his name. Let's shout him out right now.
The guy was in Drake's comments after that post saying, Illuminati!
Our triangle logo.
The triangle logo, brother. The logo is just, that's things that we created as kids in school.
It's called symmetry, my boy.
It was symmetry.
The CA, is it? That's the A.
It's called the impossible triangle. It was like a geometric shape type of, design. It wasn't to become Illuminati type. No. But I get it because The Rock, people always say that about Jay-Z and Rock Nation. The Rock, throwing up The Rock. But Czar, CZARR, all rights reserved. Czar, all rights reserved. Shout out to All Rights Reserved, Czar's YouTube channel. Let me subscribe real quick. Shout out to him. I like that though, people talking. I don't take it personal, especially
that's dope. It's like you're including yourself in the podcast in a way.
I love that. I want more of that to happen. I wish he had 1,000 views, but he only had 100, but go check him out right now if you listen to this after, because he might have more views now after this.
And if you're listening to us, then
he did say we had a couple good things in there too.
Yeah, he was like, I didn't know. He's like, you had a good point with the tattoo. Yeah, we got a lot of good points. That's what we were talking. That's what we were talking, bro. But we're not the FBI. Don't fucking Jesus Christ. We're not talking out our ass either. Or we are. Cap. It's cap, bro. We capping on
We're giving you facts, and then we're giving you what we think about these facts. We're not speaking on things how they are legitly. We're saying what we think about what's going on.
Exactly. So, this will we'll make this the last topic. So we have
why you pause it right there?
Akademiks had a concert that was slated to happen in April in New York with Charleston White. It was a concert, stand-up comedy. It was a show. He was selling tickets. It just got announced. Then it got canceled because of the fact that Charleston White has this clip going around, going viral, where he is doing a hate speech against the Asian community. And he specifically was talking about China Mac. China Mac is a famous YouTuber, commentator online, and he's like from the hood in New York, but he's Chinese, and he goes by China Mac. He's been on No Jumper. He's been everywhere.
He's the one that fuck with the triads and all that type of stuff, right?
He does a lot of good commentary. I fuck with China Mac. So China Mac was talking about Charleston White, and then Charleston White said this back to China Mac. Listen to this. This is crazy.
Asians. I'm a hate for AI hate.
Wow.
I hate Asians. I'm a hate for I hate Asians. We hate gays.
Trigger warning, by the way. Trigger warning, especially if
facts.
you're Asian. This is stupid.
I don't give a fuck about the Asian hate bill. I hate Asians. I hate Johnny Dane. I don't eat Chinese food. Only time I ever wanted some Chinese pussy was at a bathhouse fucking them Chinese sex slaves. I wouldn't dare.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Jesus
Jesus
Chinese
Christ.
bitches can't suck dick good. Yeah, I hate Chinese people. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about China, man. I hate Chinese people, nigga. I think Chinese stores should be robbed. I think Chinese women should be raped.
Oh, nah.
Brutally.
See? Nah.
By big
Bro,
dick,
what the
well-hung black men that hate Chinese women. Fuck China Mac. I think Chinese babies should be raped, nigga, and killed and used as alligator bait. I think Chinese babies should be killed and sodomized and used as alligator bait. Fuck China Mac, nigga. I hate Asians.
What in the world?
He went off.
You don't have kids?
That was crazy.
But then it's like he could have came at China Mac, because that's the thing about Charleston White. I actually like Charleston White's a lot of his clips. I think he has a lot of good points, but then he messes up. It's like the message is like sometimes the message is good, but the messenger is bad. Like he'll have a good point about life, and like he'll come at like these rappers like Lil Durk and them for like, you guys are just feeding these kids trauma, like you're feeding them negativity. Like I like a lot of his points. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I like that. They should change their content a little bit. But then he steers the boat where he goes into like this almost like comedic, aggressive, dark commentary, and it's just blatant racism.
Yeah.
Like, bro,
That
you
was-
could have came at China Mac himself, but you
Facts.
came at the entire Asian community. You don't like China. You don't Chinese food, Chinese this, Chinese rape them. Like that's crazy.
You're fucking lying. You eat Chinese food, bro.
Yeah, nah, bro. Bro. Like,
So then LiveNation released a report canceling the show because of this.
As they should. I agree.
They canceled
sure,
the
bro.
Charleston
This is
White
wild,
and,
bro.
and
That's
Akademiks
wild.
I
show.
mean, he already has clips of him trying people. Like, pull up on me, I have guns, I'll kill you, whatever. So, like, for him to continue on and trying to, like, another narrative, bro, another shit. so that's
Crazy,
fucking
bro.
I think he just
wild.
uses certain shit that's going on to like kind of keep fueling his own fire all the time, so people keep coming back and look at him. So he's that guy that like, oh, let's see what he says about this because we know he's gonna say something crazy.
Yeah, trying
You know
to be
what I'm saying?
controversial on purpose. But Akademiks said that LiveNation canceled the concert with Charleston White and Akademiks, and one of the reasons they were hinting at was the fact that it's actually illegal to talk like this.
Of course.
Especially because of what happened there. They passed a new bill. I think that started in New York. It was a new bill or law about stop Asian hate. Like the Asian hate thing that happened over the past 2 years. And now it's like officially, like you can't
talk about it.
bully them in public, Asian communities, and doing things like this. It toasts that line of Asian hate, obviously blatant Asian racism. So if he comes to New York, that would be LiveNation supporting that. That would be Akademiks supporting that. It's bad for business.
Man,
they don't want no involvement with him.
Even if it wasn't a bill or law, like, what the hell? Like, yo.
What is it? What is Akademiks and Charleston White concert? What the hell are they doing?
I don't know. I was listening to that. He was kind of explaining it too, because he was like, I know a lot of people thought like what was gonna happen, but he said that Charleston White had like an hour of stand up.
Oh my God.
And Akademiks was just gonna host it and just go around it, but it was like an idea that Charleston White and him came up together with.
Man.
But I think Akademiks was like saying, I'm gonna do it regardless. If Charleston White, if I don't want him on, whatever, we can't do it with him. But LiveNation just canceled it completely, fully.
Sure.
As they should.
You know, but
imagine he said that about black people when he was white or something. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? Shit would be crazy. So
but
we gotta have.
he said some shit about black people.
No,
but-
he has. Yeah,
but
he
it's
has.
because he's black that people are like, they still hate it, but they don't go to the far of
Let
like
it slide
canceling
more,
him.
yeah.
You know, they still fuck with his.
But
like,
that's OD, bro, to say like Asian babies. All
That's
that.
insane,
I'm not even gonna repeat
bro.
what he said. That's crazy.
You're not talking to one person. You're talking to a whole overall
Like
country, bro.
you sound
That's-
drugged out, bro. You sound like you're
listen.
off drugs. Just somebody says something on the internet, and now you're bugging out back.
Bro.
Yeah, man, Charleston White, bro. He could be so much bigger and like properly organized, like because he has a voice that I feel like captivates people with his commentary. But he does shit like this, and it makes me be like, "Fuck, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? You doing some idiot shit. This is some idiot shit
he
right
still
here."
wants to be in the streets, like when he does stuff like this. Like it seems like he takes it to a whole nother level.
Yeah, bro. Because he's actually, I do find a lot of his stuff funny. And a lot of his stuff I agree with. But then this shit is like, damn.
Yeah.
And like, he doesn't realize this lives online forever. And he has an ego. He's not gonna apologize ever. He's the type to hold his ground. If he at least would be able to apologize, I was teeing. I was talking about just China Mac only. Fuck him. Okay, but there might be no coming back from this.
There's another thing about what Earl mentioned earlier. I think it was with Jan Morant, where he said that he feels invincible. This dude has talked shit about so many rappers and so many people, and never got in touch. So he probably just feels at this point like he's on top of the world.
He sprayed mace in Soulja Boy's face. He pulled out a gun on an interviewer in Chicago.
His interview with Funny Marco was hilarious. Y'all gotta check that out.
Yeah. I think I saw half of that.
Yo, that shit's hilarious.
But yeah, Charleston White, man.
You gotta chill.
God bless you, brother. You know, but there we have it. Akademiks, the show's canceled. That's the reasoning right there. Also, we could talk about this real quick. Taxstone and Troy Ave, the situation has gotten more and more serious because as of today, Troy Ave has taken this stand. Let's read it right here. NYC rapper Troy Ave testifies about fatal shooting at T.I. concert. He says, this was in 2016 at Irving Plaza. The Brooklyn rapper says, quote, I'd rather die fighting. Talking about the case, you know, so he's testifying, quote unquote, people are saying like, you know, he's snitching. You know, people are saying that, taking it as that, right? It's fight or flight. I'm always going to fight because of that point you could die, he says. He's 37 years old. This was at Manhattan Supreme Court. Troy Ave described grappling Taxstone, a hip-hop podcaster, over the gun. It looks like if you see people wrestle in high school wrestling, that type of position. When the shot goes off, I see the light from the spark and I hear the shot, he testified. This is all happening fast. I get up, start fighting Taxstone, trying to take him, grab the gun, and another shot goes off. I put my leg up to kind of block the shot from hitting me in the face or chest. That's when Troy Ave shot him in both legs. I got up. I'd rather die fighting. People die from leg shots. I'd rather die fighting than laying on the ground. I got up immediately.
That's Taxstone who got shot? Taxstone got
shot?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he noticed his partner, Banga, lie on the ground, face down. He passed away. That was his friend and bodyguard. Troy Ave's friend and bodyguard, Banga, passed away that night. I rolled his body over. I'm like, Banga, get up, come on. I'm smacking him like, come on, get up. His eyes were rolling back to his head. His shirt was red, so I could tell he got shot. 2 bystanders were also wounded during the shootout. Man.
Crazy, man.
Prosecutors promised him a 1-year sentence instead of the 15 years he could have faced in exchange for his testimony on the trial. Damn. So that's why he's doing that. He don't want to do the time. He don't want to do 15 years. He's like, let me maybe do 1 year.
But bro, it's so crazy because this was technically self-defense. People still see it as snitching. This is what I was saying to you earlier. Like, he was literally defending himself from getting shot by somebody else.
Yeah.
And it's on video, and then you go to court, and you're like, it's on video. I might as well tell them instead of doing 15 years. And it's like, you're still a snitch. We don't want you in the music business. We don't want you in... It's crazy, bro. It doesn't make no sense.
Yeah, man.
If it's different, if Taxstone comes up to you and you beat his ass and then you shoot him, and then there's no camera, there's nothing, and then Taxstone just pops up shot. All right, I don't know what happened to him. I don't know. He's just... I hope he's good, but when there's a video and you can see both your faces, you see the whole fight, you see everything that's going on. What the fuck? If you go into court and lie, you get more years.
Yeah.
So what are you really gonna do? You're kind of stuck in the middle right there.
Because the case happened because the bodyguard died, right?
Yeah, the case happened especially because they said right here, Campbell, which is Taxstone, was charged in 2017 in January after police found DNA on the 9mm handgun used in the shooting. I can protect myself as a man, so I'm not thinking about rolling with 6 goons, he told detectives after his arrest. When I see you walking up with 6 dudes, bang, ba, 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 ba. That's why I be laughing at rappers, he said allegedly. Rappers, I don't care about you. I'ma tell you, try me. Listen, Taxstone, if you're familiar with him, he's like the original hip-hop podcaster. He's a legend. He's an icon, you know, for that space. He was one of the first hip-hop podcasts. It was Taxstone. You know, Combat Jack, Joe Budden, they were the pioneers of this space. But if you're familiar with his content, he really lived by that street shit and did not give a fuck. So he was going back and forth, I think, the other day on Twitter with Troy Ave from jail. It's like, damn, Tax, come on, bro. Like, you gotta still be yourself. Relax, man.
God
and then now the trial's happening. But he was kind of foreshadowing the idea of him snitching, and now we have this. He probably heard from his lawyers. This is all a fucking mess, bro. And people died. It's like, come on.
Yeah, this.
Or at least that Banga died.
Why you say it like that?
Well, Banga died.
Banga.
Banga. The guy Banga died. Rest in peace, of Banga.
Yeah, facts.
But
I mean, did they say the reason why they fought? Like, why did the first scuffle happen? Or
well, they had beef already, so it was like
he
tension.
Expected.
Yeah, there was already beef, like from the podcast. He would always come at Troy Ave and stuff. But is he snitching? That's the whole question here. Like Brian said, I don't know. That's for the streets to decide. I'm not in the streets. Man. I'm not from this. Well, I grew up in the streets, but I don't claim the streets. I don't have a horse in this race.
Yeah. Like we don't know how the streets is now, yo. A lot of shit has changed from
like
what we
gonna snitch or not.
Yeah,
like I don't know. I still love him.
That shit. Yeah.
I still think we're gonna like.
I'll hang out with Gunna.
Doug told him, yeah, I'll make a song with Gunna.
I'll make a song. I'm not gonna do no crime with Gunna, but I'm not gonna do a crime with anyone because that's the thing. Number one rule: if you're really a gangster, don't do a crime with other people that you don't think are necessarily gangsters because they will worry about themselves first.
Yep.
Why would you do a crime with anyone? Do the crime yourself if you really want to do the crime. But this happened in the public. Cameras were there. Hundreds of people, or at least 100 people in the club. T.I.'s performance. Come on.
Yeah.
So, Troy Ave, is he a snitch or not? The question lies. Comment down below. New York City.
And also think about it before you comment. Think about what you would do if you had to shoot someone on camera. You're on camera. They're on camera. You go to court. They see you both on camera. And then they're like, 15 years if you don't say it's him, or a year if you say it's him. He's on camera. We're all looking at him. So think about that before you decide if he's a snitch or not. Because to me, he's just thinking logically right now. If he went and he killed Taxstone, or like if Taxstone came and tried to shoot at him and didn't hit him, and he ran to the cops and said, "Yo, Taxstone," then okay, he's a snitch. From the streets, he's a snitch. But my nigga, you're on video. You might as well not lie about it.
Yeah, no, that's very true. That's very true. But shout out to everybody out there. This is Cap, episode 75. Episode of the week. Shout out to Marloon in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
You know, getting some Puerto Rico cheeks. Got
some spicy Latinas out there.
Yes, sir. Some cayenne pussy.
Cayenne pussy.
Damn. You never know. Cap.